All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible weekend. Peter, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I don't know how I am today. I did something to my back yesterday, and it's really quite annoying. It's annoying. So, but I'm here. I'm standing. I'm alive. Life is good. Which I was
Yes.
reminded of on Saturday, actually. I had a fascinating Saturday morning. I went to do something called the Empathy Project, which takes you through these scenarios where you become a recent immigrant to the country, and they take you through a simulation of what you would have to do if you were here trying to, cope. And it was, well, not necessarily an immigrant. There was a bunch of different scenarios. I happen to have been an immigrant. I was a pregnant woman named Abike from Nigeria. But
Oh,
anyways,
that's tough. That's not an easy one.
with two kids already. And anyways, it was a fascinating experience. It really helped identify how frustrating the system can be. But others were just different people in different scenarios, right? Someone living on the streets with a drug problem, it was all part of one of the charities I work with. It's called the Empathy Project, Zen Trader. It's put on by the Alliance to End Homelessness here in Ottawa, and well worth doing. I said I've looked at 1,000 presentations. I've seen 1,000,000 stats about mental health and homelessness, and going through this process was absolutely eye-opening, very impactful. So, anyways, nothing to do with trading though. So.
No, nothing to do with trading, but very important to be aware of stuff that's going on out there. So if you're interested, definitely look it up. Homelessness here, of course, is a big deal where I live as well, especially in New York. And Peter, I don't know about you, but every time I see a homeless person asking on the street, I give them something, and I just hope and pray that they're not using it for drugs. You just can't tell, right? So I'd rather be wrong in that sense and than be wrong in the fact that somebody actually needs something to actually buy food, and I'm not providing. That would suck, right? But yeah, it's an issue. It's an issue, and thank you for bringing it up to making it aware.
I work a lot with mental health charities, and we, one of the things that we're focusing on is providing secure housing, because it's almost impossible to deal with mental health issues if you're not in a secure and safe housing environment, right? Like it's something you take for granted if you have a house and if you're comfortable, right? Like it's one of the sort of the key factors of somebody actually being able to manage their issues. And often, we focus on the wrong things. We think about the drug problems and people doing drugs. Often that's just a coping mechanism because they can't manage the other elements of their life. So anyways, so securing people into an environment they feel safe and that they can have sort of start to focus on themselves is sort of a precursor to almost anything else you need to do. So anyways, that's a little heavy for this morning. But it's where I spend my time when I'm not trading the markets. So it's how I give back, try and better our society.
Absolutely. And the comments well received. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. Candy says the best thing to do is to give them a meal and not money. I tried that in New York one time. This person took that and threw it against the wall. I don't want that. I want money. I'm like, okay. So, but it was the funniest thing. And I was young too, Peter. I was like just in high school still. So me and my buddy thought, this is a good idea. Let's buy some food. And we gave it to this guy. He's like, I don't want that. I'm like, whoa, did not expect that reaction. So it's not like it's not all like the TikTok videos how you see the nice stuff happen. But again, that's not deter us from doing the right thing.
not everybody's willing to be helped in the way you want to help them. I've got a good friend who's a pastor, and he's got a church downtown that he's in charge of, and he says all the time, unfortunately, some people, they'll sleep in the entranceway to the church. There's this one woman that's there all the time, and he does, like, he'll go and say, hey, Rita or whatever her name is, hey, Rita, how's it doing today? And every time she just looks at him and says, you got money for me? He's like, no, I'm not giving you any money. Well, then F you. And he's like, all right, you need to move up. You need to,
Yeah, yeah.
on. And it's just like,
It's yeah, it's
read it,
interesting sometimes. No question.
read it.
Friends, welcome. Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend. And here's our gappers list brought to you by TradingTerminal.com, where you can find all tools for trading, scanners, simulators, funded account, you name it is on here. And the beautiful Atlas. I gotta tell you, one of our good buddies, I can't remember the name now. He sent us an email over the weekend on the speed of Atlas, right? So Atlas, we're confirming 100% now. It looks like whatever number you see there is the actual number of shares. It's not a lot, right? It's not 100 lots. So this guy was testing it, right? And he sent us a video where he's actually putting in an actual order in the system as a limit order or a buy order, and you can see it come right up on Atlas. It is so cool, man. If we have time later, I'll show it to you to see that interaction. He
Nice.
actually obviously did it on a stock that didn't have a lot of volume, not like an
Right.
NVDA, and you could see it in real time. They moved it up to another price, and you can see it real time move up. I mean, it is really nice. So again, great tool. He uses it every day.
Nice.
Definitely worth checking out. But Peter, let's get to our U.S. economic calendar. What do we have coming up for today? I guess we should be getting in slowly more data now.
Yeah, and it's a pretty light day today, so we don't have to worry about too much because we're not looking for any federal data today. The Empire State Manufacturing Survey came out significantly more bullish than anticipated. In fact, the number just came out. I should get it in there. But it is 18.7 on the survey response data versus the five. Well, 5.5 is what I had. I'm looking at another service here that said that the forecast was 6.1. It doesn't matter. It's way over that number, one way or the other. So, and that puts the actual up in a range that shows that apparently manufacturers in New York State are feeling good this month. So that's good. We haven't seen the number that high in quite a while actually. I'm just looking back here in the history. It's been at least since hmm, 2 years since we've had a number that high. So that's good. I don't know what it means for the broader economy, but certainly the manufacturers in New York are feeling good today. The only other things happening are these speakers. We've got Fed chairs that seem to be running around talking to different people. So we see a couple of speeches there. But I honestly think if there's going to be any news happening today, it's going to be unscheduled news coming out of the White House. I think there's got to be something, something's got to be forthcoming. Again, I have no idea whether it's today or not, or later, but there's just, I think I'm surprised not to have heard from the administration about the shutdown or the reopening. Um, they're making other moves, I guess, in the economy that we haven't heard from them on. And of course, there's always these files and things that are out there. So it feels overdue, right, for something to be coming out of the President Trump's people in office. So I just think, Carlos, I feel like something's got to this week. We got to hear something that's going to
It's very
help
very
us smooth the
quiet.
market.
Very
Hmm.
quiet. Well, what are the
Hmm.
politicians hiding? What is happening? Are they trying to? When you see something pulling very hard, your attention in one direction, you got to make sure you
Yeah.
look the other way to see what's coming, because man, the blind spot will catch you. It will hit you hard. So, what are they hiding here? And this is not just a Trump thing. It's
What
a
are they hiding?
politician thing. It's a politician thing. It's what politicians do, right? They take your attention somewhere else and do some funny business on the other side, right? Just all of them. It doesn't matter what country, whatever. They're all the same. I have I have strong sense on how these politics things work. They're just very scammy. Peter, so yeah, that's pretty much it. How about anything else before we go to the gappers list?
No, I said it's pretty light overall on the economic calendar. So that's what I said. I'm thinking something's going to come out. I mean, what's more interesting is this overall market movement, Carlos. I mean, for anybody, I assume most of you were trading with us last week, and what a sort of weird end of the week, wasn't it? Like we said, you never assume the direction things are going to go based on what you see pre-market. We were red, pretty much everything, right? Was red yesterday, sorry, Friday morning. And what did we end up doing? I mean, the market just sort of brought us higher on the day on Friday. Now,
Yeah.
when I say higher, keep in mind we barely achieved the close that we had on the day before. So it's one of these where we're sort of bouncing around here. The market's not looking as strong as it did, but like we were cautioning on Friday, let's just calm down. The world's not ending. And
Yeah.
I feel like we're waiting for something. Maybe it's just me, but I think that's why I'm waiting for this news out of the White House. I'm waiting for something that I can't define. It feels like the market's waiting for something to happen.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, friends. Let's look at the first one here this morning. SGML. SGML. Let's take a look at what's leading the gap up list today. This is Sigma Lithium. Wait, we've seen this one before. I remember the name.
Yeah.
We are up here 56%, 8.6 million shares traded. Man, they are rocking this morning, Peter. So float on this one's 58 million. So it's above that low float threshold that I like to look at, 50, 40 million. This could be in play today, Peter. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a Brazilian mining company, and why are they moving though? This is a good question. I don't know. I mean, we see rare earth metals move quite a bit over the last few weeks. I haven't talked about them in the last week or so because with everything else, they just were sort of part of the pile, right? That was moving in sync with the markets. Carlos, I honestly have no idea. I don't know why Sigma Lithium Corporation out of Brazil is moving.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I like the way it's trading here. I think I'm going to add it to my prime. It looks good. I mean, I don't like that it's a foreign ticker and a mining ticker doesn't normally do well, but I like what I'm seeing today. I don't know. Let's put it here. We'll come back to it. All right, let's continue, friends. Let's take a look at ZYME. And what do we have here? ZYME. 35% up this morning, 3.1 million shares traded. I'm not sure on this one. 74 million shares float. Not sure. Had a little action earlier today, and now pretty much going flat here.
Yeah, this one at least I can explain. Zymeworks BC Inc., which is a biotech company, they've got a bunch of barely pronounceable things here, but basically they're in phase 3 trial of a drug for gastroesophageal cancer. So that's why they popped up. Though it looks strangely flat, doesn't it, Carlos? Like it
Yeah, it
jumped up
does.
earlier this morning, and now it's just like it almost looks like buyout type activity, but it is phase 3 trials.
Gotcha. All right. I don't like this one. We'll leave this one alone. We'll move on to the next one. Here is going to be, oh, this is a good one. Jazz. What a nice ticker to have. Jazz. I don't think we've ever seen this one before. But here's Jazz. Oh, pharmaceuticals. They killed it with the rest of that. It started off well,
Jazz
and
hands.
put Jazz Pharmaceuticals. Okay. Here we are, 21%, 366,000 shares traded, barely any volume, not really looking all that good. Again, big gap up, but just no volume for us to possibly trade it or have some fun with this one, Peter. So I don't like what I see here.
Everybody likes jazz hands. All right. It's the same thing as what we just looked at. It's the same news, same phase 3 trial. They seem to be involved in this gastroesophageal cancer drug trial. So that's why they're moving along with Zyme.
All right, there you go. Don't like it. We'll leave this one alone. Next on the list is going to be QUBT. And Quantum was definitely in play last week. We had a couple of them we were watching very closely. Today, QUBT seems to be leading the way here. Gapped up as high as 13.27. Since then has lost about $2 almost here, down to below 12. Actually, dollar and change. But yeah, pretty nice gap up, but just giving a lot of it back now. So good volume, 3.4 million shares traded. Here's the pre-market action, what that looks like. Is this individual situation, Peter? We have something going on with our quantum friends.
They do have some news, and I have to admit, I can tell you the words. I don't quite understand what it means, but basically, at the Quantum Optics Technology Conference, they're going to be debuting something called Neurowave, which is a photonics-based reservoir computing system. This is at, this Supercompute 25, SC25, which is a high-performance computing conference. being held in St. Louis, Missouri, starting tomorrow. So, anyways, I don't quite know what a photonics-based reservoir computing system is. Sounds cool. Lots of fancy words there, but I don't quite know how you put photons in a reservoir. I, anyways, I feel like they're just making up terms now. I mean, maybe they're doing this real stuff, but I feel like, they feel like flux capacitors and they feel like warp drives and things. I don't know. Again, I assume it's real technology. They're going to be showing it at this conference. So
Yeah. If it's in a conference, it must be real. So
it must be
yeah.
real. Don't look at the guys behind the screen. There's
Yeah, yeah.
nobody
Don't look at
there.
don't look at the
Oh,
string and the glue holding everything
hopefully it
together.
hopefully it goes better, whatever their launch is, than the Russian robot company. Probably the worst product launch I I've ever seen, or at least in a very long time.
Yeah,
Poor
yeah.
guys. We don't have a video of that, do we? No.
I do
It's
not. If anybody wants to send me a link,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
look at
too
it.
bad.
But
That was that's it.
yeah,
We should hold that. We should maybe have a little clip of that for, just an example of when somebody's like when things are going very wrong. It's just
yeah.
for me what is so I mean, I feel really bad for these guys, but it's just so bad. You see the thing lurch out onto the stage, and it's when it falls and literally blows into 1,000 pieces. Like it didn't just fall down, it fell down and imploded. Like,
Mm,
anyways, as bad as I feel for the guys, it's still funny.
yeah, yeah. All right, let's continue. What do we have here? Oh, here's a good one. Google up 3% this morning. So let's take a look at the big guy Google here. OGL is usually the one that we look at. Tends to have a little bit more volume. If you're
Yep.
wondering the difference, it's just different share classes on both of these. Up 3.3, 2.2 million shares traded. So again, gapped up this morning, and now we're giving some of that back. As high as 292, now down to 285. So, Peter, anything special on the search company here?
Google's such a big company. There's always news going on. They announced that they're investing $40 billion in three new data centers in Texas. And they say through 2027. It's amazing how much money they have, right? 40 billion through 2027. That's basically like a year and a half away. So they're throwing a lot of money into these data centers. That doesn't matter. They've been under some antitrust policies in the EU. They said that they're going to make some changes to their ad policies to address the concerns of the European Union. That's not important. I think what's actually moving the stock is the fact that Berkshire Hathaway has revealed a $4.3 billion stake in the company, which, again, keeping in mind the size of Google, frankly, isn't really that significant. I mean, this is a $3 trillion company. Is it? Wow, market cap. Oh, look
I
at that.
don't know for a fact. I'm not
Three
sure. Is
thousand
it?
three hundred thirty-eight billion. Yeah, 33
Okay.
trillion. Wow, when did that happen? Anyways, it's yeah, they're a $3.3 trillion company. So again, a $4.3 billion stake is like a tenth of 1%. So it's not really that big of a deal, but it's Berkshire Hathaway, right? And it doesn't happen to matter that the Oracle of Omaha, Mr. Buffett himself, is like 164 years old, looking great, by the way. Anything that Berkshire Hathaway invests in still gets attention. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, I think that's what's moving it this morning. I don't know, Carlos, if that's going to give us a good trading opportunity. You can see the early jump on that news, and it's sort of sold off ever since. So it's still
Mm.
green, but it's feeling like, I don't know, it's feeling a little lazy right now to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, not sure about this one, but obviously it's looking good pre-market, right? Looking good pre-market.
Mm.
Again, Google's not usually one of our favorite tickers to trade out of the Max 7s, but I gotta say today they're in play. I am gonna add them to our primary
I,
list here this morning.
I gotta say, joking aside, you got to give Warren Buffett credit. Anybody who at his age, he's like 95 years old, right?
Yep.
Like that's his real age. He's 95. And the fact that, he can still make a company like Google move just by investing in it with his company. That's actually pretty impressive. So
Yeah, that's pretty good.
yeah.
Friends, make sure you subscribe to our daily newsletter to get Black Friday deals and more special announcements from the BBT community. I think you sign up here. I think this is where you sign up. Oh, look, get some books too. Email me some book and some guys. So go over there, bedwithchairs.com, and then scroll to the bottom. You can sign up there. I think that's the newsletter. There's not a link on here, but yeah, click on there and you can get all hooked up with the latest and greatest from the BBT community. All right, let's go up back to tradingterminal.com. So we looked at Google. Just a few more on here. It's not a whole lot. Let's just get through these and see what else we can find. SRDX is the next one on deck. And garbage. Up 2.9, but just look at this pre-market action. 920,000 shares traded. I don't know where that volume is. And the daily too. Look at the daily. The last couple of days, just not doing a whole lot. We had this one giant gap up, 2.8 million. Has been flat since then. Another gap up this morning. I have no interest in this stock whatsoever. And the flow is 13 million as well. So, Peter, really nothing to see here unless you want to ask something.
They did have some news that the FTC has apparently declined to appeal an injunction that they had against their company. Anyways, it was a complex legal case. Bottom line, they can finish their acquisition transaction, and that's why it popped up. But like you said, not tradable.
Yep. Next here, friends, take a look at BABA making the list this morning. The issue with BABA, as we have talked about plenty of times before, is that, again, a lot of the moves are happening in the after hours or pre-market hours, right? So you're not getting a whole lot of movement in the intraday. And then the days that they are trading well, like all these days here, you could just throw a dart. I mean, the last week or so, just throw a dart into one of your favorite tickers, and it's been well in play. A lot of short opportunity as we've seen, especially Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I'm not going to give it a whole lot of credit for what they're doing over the last couple of days. There's definitely been a lot of opportunities besides just BABA. So today they're 119,000 shares traded. They're up 2.5. I don't see really anything overly special. I mean, you got a lot of stuff that's up slightly this morning. So I don't see it really in play, Peter. Any news? I highly doubt it, but just in case.
Yeah, they have released their Quen app. I assume I'm saying that right. QWEN, Quen, which is their AI interface. It's one of these where, it's like, I don't know, it's their consumer-based AI interface where users can generate full research reports, build multi-slide presentations, write code with AI support, and use camera-based voice features. Sounds like a lot of other AI. I don't see anything particularly unique here, but it's Alibaba's venture into this space. It's not new. We've heard about Quen before. I guess this is just their sort of an announcement of their revised Quen 3 model that's being released. So, anyways, good for them. AI gets focus, right? Gets a little bit of trading going.
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah, we're having some fun in chat. It looks like we might have a contender to the longest username here. Me and JC Trader looking at this. We'll let the judges do the photo finish. But look at this long username. So welcome to you. I think you might be new to the channel. First time you're chatted. We're gonna see if you're the longest username we have. Oh, there it is.
Also 30 characters. I think it ties with the previous one, or is that the same person? I don't even remember what the previous one was.
I remember it's Emmanuel something. Yeah, we got him. There it is. There he is. Says hello. Emmanuel Emmanuel Antonio Evangelista 3419. She won. You sure? Let's do a photo finish on that. We need to make sure. Who won there. All right. All right, that concludes our gap up, friends. I mean, I see ONDS here. We didn't look at that one, but that usually trades like garbage. And today I don't see anything great on it. So again, I usually look at it. We don't end up keeping it on the list. Today it's no different. So yeah, let's go to the gap down. But before we do that, Peter, anything you like in the gap up before we move over?
Nothing that we haven't talked about in the gap up. There is a lot of red out there today, so we're not seeing a lot. I'm surprised to see a micron. I don't like it, but it's gapping up when all the other semiconductors are red this morning. So if you guys are interested in it, you might want to take a peek. It's been staying green. It sort of moved back towards Friday's close, but didn't cross the threshold, so it is still green here this morning. Yeah, that's other than that. Quantum we already talked about, Baba we talked about, and Google. So yeah, that's it.
All right. There it is. All right, friends. See what's gapping down this morning. Netflix is not down 90%. I'll tell you that right now. This is the split. If you remember correctly, we had the
Yes,
split coming up on Netflix. So let's see how they're doing here. Netflix was down 90%. Oh my goodness, we would be having a different conversation today. So here it is, friends. It is the price now, 110, Peter. So we talked about this some weeks ago, where they were going to do this change, and now it's in place.
it's here. It's here. So Netflix is absolutely going on my list today. I'm hoping that it's going to bring more interesting trading on Netflix. I know some people have traded it anyways when it was $1,000 stock, and this is typically what happens. Post split, usually see things drop. Rarely you'll see them sort of jump up as people see value in it and want to jump in. We're not in that type of economy where you're going to see a lot of, I think, things sort of just going higher off of splits. But that could happen over the course of the day today. So I'm going to keep an eye on this just to see what it does. If nothing else, we theoretically should see 10 times the volume, right? As normal, just because it's 10 for 1. It was a 10 for 1 split, so there's that 10 times as many shares out there this morning as there were on Friday. So I'm gonna watch it just to see what it does, see if it gives us some interesting trading, see if because of the split we get some more participants that might help propel this thing, make it, a fun stock to trade. I've been disappointed before. I was watching Chipotle, that didn't work out. Even Google, when it had split a while back, wasn't as interesting right after the split as I was hoping. So we'll see with this one, but I'm watching it, but not all that optimistic.
Yeah, same here. We'll see where it goes here. It's very attractive to some people now at this price. Um, all right, let's see what else. So going back to this list of stuff that's actually really gapping down that much is going to be Dow. Dow is down 6.4 this morning, 446,000 shares traded. Look at the drop in the last couple of days. Again, just tech taking overall hit. Dell seems to has started the process a little bit earlier, but down 6.5 this morning. Not a great intraday trading ticker, so we usually stay away from it. Peter, any news worth watching?
This is the one I hadn't looked up. So let's see what Dell's up to today. Looks like they got a downgrade this morning. Morgan Stanley, one of the more influential analyst agencies, downgraded their stock today, putting a price target on reducing their price target from 144 to $110. So they think that there's some significant downside here on Dell coming. So that's acting as a drag on their price.
All right, here you go. Day looks awesome. Pre-market activity, not so much, but day looks great. If you like it, this is one of those stocks that you gotta like it, and if you can trade it well, take advantage of it. For the most part, I'm gonna keep this one out of the deck here. SCIG today. Canadian Solar. Oh, we're still talking about solar, Peter. Look at this. Canadian Solar down 4.1, 256,000 shares traded. Daily saw some action last Friday. Friday had a good day. Dropped to 28, gap down, and ran all the way up to 34, giving some back this morning. So, still doing some stuff here.
Yeah, I mean this is really just a little bit of a pullback after the great move higher that it made on Friday.
All right, there we go. And let's continue here down to XBEV, and let's see what XBEV is up to. If I can type, there it is, XBEV. Not much as far as the drop here, down 3.6. Still got some good volume, 2.5 million shares traded. And over the last couple of days, we've seen some kind of movement here. We haven't again, so there's been so much attention elsewhere. We really didn't see this movement on XBEV over the last couple of days. Today down a little bit. Looks earnings, Peter. I mean, this looks
Yes.
news driven. Okay, it is. Okay, what we
Yep.
got going on?
Yeah, they had earnings. They missed their numbers slightly in quarter. Not that significant. More concerning was the fact that they called off their next quarter, their Q4 guidance, to make it lower than analysts had anticipated. So that's a little bit of a concern. That being said, I actually saw a review of one of the XPEVs. I think it was their minivan, and it's amazing the technology they've packed into their cars and some of these cars in China. Like we don't have access to the same stuff. Again, I don't know how well these things work or if they die taking them off the lot, but the cars they just look super cool. There's you know.
Yeah, yeah,
When you get like full reclining seats in the back and an entire movie screen that comes down with surround sound and photovoltaic like roofs that make it look like, it sort of projects the outside like you have no roof. I don't know. I mean, these cars are just cool. There's anyways.
yeah, yeah. There's XPAP again. I won't have it on my list, but you do have some stuff happening there. We got HPE. Something going on. This is Hewlett Packard, right? Something going on with the computer world. HPE also down here 3.9 this morning. And again, little volume, does not trade very well. Usually we'll find something else to look at here. So again, not going to be on my list.
Yeah, there's different focused news, I think, out there. We mentioned Dell's downgrade by Morgan Stanley. It's interesting that Morgan Stanley also downgraded HPE. I think they're sort of like we were talking about a little while ago. Eventually, the market is going to start to look for companies that are invested so significantly in AI to recoup that investment. When do they start making money from it? And it looks like Morgan Stanley's got to that point where they're looking at some of the more traditional um, physical, bricks and mortar type companies and say, all right, so where is the big revenue gains from the investment? And they seem to be starting with Dell and HP and saying, we don't see it. We're not seeing it out there. We expect to see a bigger pipeline, more profitability, not happening. So maybe that's just Morgan Stanley being grumpy, but that's what they're doing. HPE also today did announce that they were selling a stake they have in a company called H3C to some Chinese investors. I'm not. I don't know if that would bring it down. I don't know if the $714 million is a good price for that or not. I don't know anything about that division or how much they paid for it initially. So, in any event, that's what's going on with HPE. It doesn't seem to matter what the news is in HPE. It's hard to get enough volume to make it a good trading stock. So I don't think I'm going to be spending any time watching it.
Yeah, yep. Question in chat over on YouTube is can the journal import TradeStation's entries? I'm not sure. I don't think yet. They're
I
working on
don't think
connecting
so.
all the brokers
Yeah.
that are out there, so you will be able to do that eventually. Connect, interactive brokers, connect, Thinkorswim, Schwab, all these brokers. You'll be able to do that eventually, but right now, developers are working on that. So stay tuned. I'm sure that once that's done, they'll be promoted because we get that question a lot that people want to know, hey, can the journal do this? Can it do that? And it will. It's still being developed as we speak here. So stay tuned for that. We'll definitely promote it here once that's possible. All right, let's take a look here. Dell, we looked at Dell. CYU kind of crept up on us here. CYCU, what is this? Sycurian? Not sure what that is, but we are down 15% here. 259,000 shares traded. It is 1.2 million shares flow. Be very, very careful. And hard to borrow. Yeah, this is garbage. Peter?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking that up to make sure we were telling you the truth, but let's come back to that in a second. Yeah, Sycurion. Sort of like the name. Looks cool. They looks like they had It looks like they had earnings. That's why they're here on our list. I don't think we've ever looked at this company. It's a pretty low float here, right? We're talking 2 million shares in the float, Carlos. Their earnings were fine in the quarter. Looks like their guidance was just on par with what analysts expected. So not good enough, right? Unless you beat the numbers, usually analysts get upset, especially being this is an IT services company. So
Yeah, not good.
um,
Well,
there you go. Let's bin that baby. Just on Trading Terminal Journal, they've got an import facility for trades from Interactive Brokers, but we haven't yet released interfaces for some of the other platforms. So
yeah, and I think and again, don't quote me because this is a moving train, baby. So hop on, hop
yeah.
off, and things will change by the time you come back on again. So there is, I think, a template they're trying to build where you can download a template and be able to upload that template into like a spreadsheet template. I believe I heard that, but again, don't quote me into it's actually out. So, but yeah, the thing is they are working on it. It's not finished, and it will get there. And I'm looking forward to it. And that journal is really nice. I like the way it works. I love the way the funded account is coming along here. I got to trade more in the funded account. I need to get my stats up. But I love it, man. They did the fix advanced hockey here. This is a real nice one for you guys. For new traders, this is really really awesome. Not just for new traders, for any traders, even experienced traders, right? But to be able to use this feature, learn how it works, and then use it actually in Dash Trader Pro when you go live, it's really nice. So again, it's coming along very well, and I'm sure there's more and more that they're going to add to it. So all right. That kind of covers our gap up. Gap down. Our gap down is getting smaller too. Look how things are starting to just disappear off of here. Either two things. Volume is not going to go down, obviously, so they are climbing up. So they're probably bouncing from their pre-market lows and going into that above 2%. So our scanners here, you can change your settings with tradingterminal.com, but I have it set up anything below 2% gap down and anything above 2% gap down. You could change that as you see fit. You could do price filter as well. Let's say you like stocks over $20, you could set it. No, give me stocks only over $20. So you can kind of put whatever you want as far as this goes. MSTR popping up into the list, just getting below that 2%. Let's look at that one, and then we'll hop over to what you guys like this morning. Down 2.1, 910,000 shares traded. You kind of spoke about these a little bit earlier today, Peter. Anything else going on here?
Um, Not really. I mean, they bought some more Bitcoin, 835 million worth, and they completed a secondary offering, which wasn't even worth that much. It was only 703 million. So they just bought more Bitcoin than they actually raised cash. So that being said, they're filling up their coffers. And there was something that over the weekend that Jared pointed out to all of us, Carlos, which is that
Yep.
right now, if you look at crypto prices, largely across the board, crypto's not doing that well. Yeah,
No.
over the weekend, the price dropped from where it was holding around 105,000. Right now, it's sitting at 93,800. And that's a lot lower than it's been in a while. In fact, that puts it back to the exact same level we started the year at. So we had been lower earlier this year. Back in April, we were down as low as $76,000 for Bitcoin. But to be at 93, remember, we were pushing 120, 125. We were looking to go higher. People are expecting it to hold over 100, to drop below that over this weekend. Not good news. And a lot of the other cryptos are following suit. Again, I'll remind you, I've been skeptical about so many of these companies that have these treasury strategies, whether it's Bitcoin or it's any of the other Solana or Tether or Ethereum or there's all sorts of companies that said they're basically just stockpiling this on the assumption that the Bitcoin price is going to go up. And if they don't go up, it puts them in a significant problem, right? Because they basically invested in assets that are underwater. So it creates a lot of problems, and we could see some carnage if Bitcoin prices don't do something exciting between now and the end of the year. So we're gonna have to see what happens. I am just watching from the sideline. This feels like very problematic. But if I look at the 7-day price or the 1-day price change, because I mean Bitcoin of course trades 24/7. It's just all red. It's pretty much all red. All right. The only thing that's gone up, I mean, there's always a couple of random cryptocurrencies that have gone up over the course, but I can't actually, there's not a single one on the list that has gone up in the last hour, day, or and week. So yeah, it's not a happy place if you're currently investing in crypto. Oh, I found one, USDD. It gone up 0.01%. Anyways. Carlos, what
So
amazes me is when I look at these things, there are so many thousands. Like I've got 93
yeah,
pages of cryptocurrencies
yeah, it's a lot.
that you can buy, right? Like 9,200
Yeah,
of them that are just tracked by this one analyst that I've got here. And oh, like you got
yeah.
even more there. Like you got
Here's
1,900 pages of them.
yeah. I don't know what that's about. I mean, it's only showing like 10 or so, right? So
Yeah, but
but like
still.
let's do
I mean,
50.
there's so ridiculously many of these things out there
Yeah.
that I mean somebody's put some money into these things.
Oh no,
And
yes, yeah. Yeah. I
yeah.
don't know. I was skeptical, but again, I don't knock it because I don't know how it works. I just know that going up against the dollar is very, very difficult. And this is what this thing's trying to do, trying to be another alternative to using the dollar. And that's, I don't know, man. I see a tough business long term there. But let's see. It's working. It's still 93,000. I mean, it's not great compared year to date, but it's still 93,000. I mean, that's impressive from where it started. So let's see, Peter. Let's see how this let's see how this cookie crumbles here. All right, friends, that
Yeah.
covers our gap down. Let's go to you guys. I want to see what you guys are watching today. Let's take a look here. We'll start in our chat, which I have to. Where's my BBT chat? I have it over here. Okay, here we are. So let's start in our BBT chat. I see Mike's watching some stuff. Good. What we have here? Vaporware coin, Steve. Uh, PayPal. How exposed is PayPal to crypto? I mean, there's a lot of companies are exposed. I think PayPal hopefully is doing not too much. I think they're fine. Um, they're pretty much flat right now. PayPal 2.3 million shares trade. I don't see a whole lot on there. But if they do go south, there's going to be a lot of people hurting, and a lot of companies and a lot of firms hurting. There's no question. But we're not saying that's the case here. Let's take a look at CSEE. What do we have here? Oh yeah, this is what is
This is
this?
a shipping company, isn't it? C
What is?
Limited.
No, that is the other one. That is actual
Oh,
C,
you're right.
SEA. That is
Oh
SEA,
yeah.
which
You're right.
again,
Sealed
actually,
Air.
oh, that
Oh,
changed. SEA is
they're
something
going to be
else.
acquired by a company called
Yeah,
CD&R for 10.3 billion in cash,
yeah,
which is $42.15 a share. So yeah, look at where the price is, hanging out just
yeah,
below that.
yeah, yeah. We'll leave that alone. All right, let's take what else, friends. Grubhub. What is Grubhub up to? Man, look at this.
This is
That
grab
where?
holding.
Oh,
Well,
it's
we're
not
getting
Grubhub. Okay, I'm about to say. What the
yeah,
heck is
we're
this?
getting
All
all
right.
these tickers that sound like something else that are
I
not.
know, right? Yeah, I was like, I say, is Grubhub is at $5? I mean, I don't know what they are now, but I thought they were more than that. What is Grubhub up to? What is Grubhub's
Looks
ticker?
like
What is that
uh, they,
ticker?
are they still even out there?
I
I don't
thought
think
they
they're
were.
publicly traded anymore.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Grab is
see them.
similar to Grubhub in the Asian market. Oh, okay. Look at that. So we're not too far off. Yeah, I don't like this one, man. No volume, pretty flat right now. So just be careful. It doesn't get a lot of volume, looks like. So
Yeah.
at least this pre-market right now, it's not showing
No.
us a whole lot. So be careful. All right, what else, friends?
Looks like they had earnings, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's not
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah, Coin and MSTR both down, obviously, with the big guy, Bitcoin taking it on the chin a little bit here, below 100,000 to 93. That's gonna create some of these things to go down. Hood might be interesting today. I do like the way that one trades, but today, look how quiet it is. It's not really doing a whole lot, so pretty quiet right now. Down 1.6, 644,000 shares traded. Other stuff like MSTR and Coin are looking much, much cleaner to look at today. Yeah, I think we have to watch some of these, Peter. I think normally Bitcoin does not move in the weekday, right? We usually see after hours or weekends is when the big move happens. But I think today we might need to look at these. Let's see if anything comes up out of these this morning. All right, coin. Thank you, Sakir. Coin and MSTR. We did talk about MSTR a little bit. We're going to add that on. Let's take a look at Apple. What do we have with Apple this morning? Apple down 1.2, 2 million shares traded. They're coming out. They're already talking about their Apple iPhone 18. It's just crazy. Every year, I mean, how many? Oh man, how many people can you sell the same phone to? It's. I'm telling you, Apple is incredible. This is an amazing company. Amazing company. They're able to pull this off. Same design to you every year for $1,200. It's just awesome. Just awesome. All right. What else, friends? Anything else? As far as Apple, I like the daily, but again, I think a lot of stuff is gonna look pretty quiet today. For Apple, unless we get a whole market moving. Peter, you found something exciting? Please tell us.
Just looking up the iPhone 18. I didn't know that was in the works, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, they've got a whole lineup here. The low-cost iPhone 18e, an 18 Air, an 18 Pro, a Pro Max, and an iPhone 18 Fold. They might have a foldable iPhone. I mean, arguably all iPhones are foldable. They just may not work afterwards. So,
Yeah.
in any event, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens,
Yep.
Carlos. Look, you can upgrade your phone again.
Again. Yep. Yep. All right, friends. Again, just for me, my list right now, I think I'm gonna leave it where it's at. MSGL, Google, Netflix, Coin, and MSTR. And then we'll look at our usual suspects: Apple, Tesla, NVDA. I'm gonna sprinkle those in as we move here. They're all down slightly, just below that 2%. That's not why they're. That's why they're not showing up on your gap down list this morning, but they're just above that 2% gap down, 1.6, 1.5. So we'll see. I'll continue with this, but first, let's take a look, friends, at our webinar. So head over to bearwithtraders.com. Go ahead and click on webinars, and you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. If I could find, I got way too many tabs open today. I can't find things. I gotta fix this. All right, here it is. Bearwithtraders.com. Click on webinars, and you can see what's happening for this beautiful Monday.
Beautiful Monday. Welcome to another trading week, everybody. And that means that we get the opportunity to bring on board all of our new members who might have joined over the weekend. If you're new, say hi and greet all of your fellow traders here in the chat room. We welcome you. Or if you're new on YouTube, do the same thing. We'd love to hear from all the newbies. If you wanted to join and get some education, well, there's no better place to start than right now, right here on this Monday. You can do that with Nathan at noon, who's going to be in the webinar room for our elite members, talking about order map and how you can leverage that Atlas tool we've been talking about. Understand how to use that and get the most out of it. Then tonight we have our onboarding class. That is a great way to get oriented with everything you can get out of the Bearable Trading community. Carlos always leads that. That's at 8 o'clock in the onboarding room, again, for all membership classes. So even if you joined right now, you could then jump into that onboarding class tonight with Carlos and the team. And again, even if you're an experienced user, why don't you go there, help out all the new people and get them oriented. Sometimes people are shy at asking questions. It's good to prompt and get your questions out there. And I'll always say, if you're new in the room, don't be shy. There's going to be people throwing around terms that you have no idea what they're talking about. Don't be afraid to ask. We all had to start somewhere. We get it. We want to be able to help. So leverage our support and our help. We're happy to help you along the way. So that onboarding class, 8 o'clock tonight. The earlier session is at noon today in the webinar room. If you wanted to join and you haven't done that yet, like I said, you can do it right now and attend those classes. Then join going to bearabletraders.com. Scroll down, you can see the different membership options from the intro right through to the Elite Annual, and take advantage of that. And if you wanted that Atlas tool or the journaling or the simulator, then that stuff is available through tradingterminal.com. We were talking about our scanners this morning that we use to understand what's moving pre-market. You can use those throughout the day as well to target specific stocks. Go to tradingterminal.com to get all that information. You can see a wealth of market data. It's made by traders for traders, so to give you all of the information you need on trading. All right, let's set a couple of levels, Carlos. We got 10 minutes to this market open, and let's get going.
Yeah, absolutely. Just talking about here what a different list we have here with our good buddy Homer 88 Donuts XAB. And yeah, it's it's a different
Homer with
list
the
today.
donuts.
It is. All right, let's start here. High of the pre-market 979 is your high here on SGML. So again, I do like the pre-market activity here, and we'll see if this amounts to anything. And towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market pretty much slamming into the highs from the last two trading days, Thursday and Friday. We scroll to the left a little bit here, and we're going to highlight a couple of things. 726 is good. Another level here, 795. We're still within the high and low of the pre-market, but these daily levels can play a nice part in the pre-market action as well, in the intraday action as well today. So going to the top, another level here around 853, and then you have your high of a pre-market, and then above that we have the best level I see is 1060. I don't see anything else. I don't see anything else here besides a very weak level at 1007. Might just be the whole $10 psychological level. I don't see anything else major as far as the daily goes. So that is SGML. Again, typically not something we look at. I do like the pre-market action today. 12.6 million shares traded, up 36%. Could be interesting today. Here's Google, was one of the few tickers from the Max 7s in the green this morning, or at least somewhat nicely even higher. 292.97 is the high of the pre-market. You can see on the daily where you are getting a little bit of resistance just below that. So we'll mark this area here on the daily, 291.87. We also have a great level here at 287.41. Now you start getting your low of your pre-market, which is pretty much the high from Thursday right there. So we're not going to worry about that. And what a great level this is, by the way, where that low of the pre-market is right now, and also that high from Thursday. And then the next level, the next big level you have on Google is going to be this one. This is a 278, but that's already marked for your highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing a really good job. Previous day close there. So I don't think you need to mark anything else. And then you're sitting here just below your all-time highs. Actually, all-time highs might be this morning unless we went higher in these pre-market sessions here. So there it is for Google, looking pretty good. Love the way that is looking on the daily. Let's take a look at Netflix after their split. Netflix is not down 90 something percent, as you might see. I'm certain take information that might not be updated yet, right? So certain platforms that have not updated their price with the split might show this. That is not the case. That's going to update tomorrow in a lot of platforms. So just be careful on that. Can you imagine somebody waking up and seeing their P&L down 90%? That will freak them out. So just be careful. We had that. I keep going back to that incident where that guy killed himself, man. Unfortunately, committed suicide because he logged in. He saw something like this. It was not real. It was just the data had not updated yet. He thought he lost all his family's money and took his life, man. Unfortunately, then they realized that he didn't. It was just a regular thing, and he didn't really lose all that money. So it's a shame. All right, here it is, guys. Netflix. Let's start with some levels here, and we do have the low of the pre-market 110.52. We'll put one there, and then if we scroll to the left here, we're going to mark down one at a 109.45, and then right down here 108.53. So weird saying these numbers on Netflix here. And then towards the top, we gotta get some used to, like I did with Amazon. It was so weird going down to like from 3,000 to three digits, right? Here it is, 112.57 is another level high of the pre-market as well. 170. I'm sorry, 112.72. And once you do that, I think you're pretty much set. So let's see if let's see what kind of pre-market action we get on Netflix. If it changes the way it trades, sometimes things do that, sometimes they don't. No, Amazon definitely did change, trades a lot better. And there's some other ones that failed, like they did their split and they still carried over that very low volume DNA from when they were a really high price ticker. Let's see what happens with this one this day and throughout this week. All right, two more. Let's do Coin. Coin here. So Coin low of the pre-market. Let's get rid of some older levels that we have here. Low of the pre-market this morning, 278.48. And towards the bottom, we do have the lows from Fridays being marked there for you. So that's good. High of the pre-market, 287.58. So we're going to slam a level right over there. And then above that, highs and lows for the last two trading days got you covered up there. Towards the bottom, below this 278.48. We haven't been down here since June, looks like. So June here, we got a very nice consolidation between mid-May to about mid-June, end of June here. So we're going to mark down 257.69. There it is, 252.69. And then right down here, 239.92. So there it is, friends. on coin. And then the last one here, MSTR, as well, another a Bitcoin type play, as things are not looking too good for them this morning. 193.44 towards the top, highs and lows for the last two trading days, and they haven't been down here in quite some time. Look at the drop on MSTR, man.
Yep.
Wow. Since the summer, they're not, the humanity, they're not getting the love here at all. The humanity on MSTR. There's definitely got some other issues going on than just the overall market down here. Because this drop started a long time ago. Another level towards the bottom, in case we do get there's going to be 179. 83. We're going to mark that down there as well. Friends, there's the link we were talking about earlier. Good morning to Andrew. Get free newsletter and Black Friday discounts right over here. Sign up for, what's the newsletter? Where's the newsletter? There it is. BaylorTrades.com/YouTube. So get on there and get all the Black Friday information that you need. So thank you. All right, we're good to go, Peter. And what's the team's watching? Then we'll head over to trading with our friends here on YouTube.
All righty, yep. Moderators are getting their listen. Starting with Paris, you know his slogan, I love you, Tesla. He's going to be trading Tesla, NVIDIA, Google, Apple, and SGML. Brian, who will be trading live in the chat room, will be looking at Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, CRWV, and PLTR. Brendan's going to be watching Google, Tesla, PLTR, AMD, and NVIDIA. Eamon's watching NVIDIA for a potential long. Megan watching Tesla and MSTR. I'm surprised that many people don't have Netflix on their list, but I do. I'll be watching Netflix, Google, Dell, Tesla, AMD, and NVIDIA. Mike has got his list in watching Google, NVIDIA, and Apple. And Thor, always active. He's going to be watching Apple as well, of course, as his futures contract. So whatever you're keeping an eye on, keep in mind on this Monday. You know, it's you never know on a Monday what's going to happen. I am hopeful, encouraged that we're going to have a good day. However, I mean, we're not moving a lot other than all the crypto being down quite significantly. It's relatively modest, the movements on the market here, but these are the days that I like best. So we'll see what happens.
All right, excellent, friends. We'll let you to it. Andrew and Brian up next, doing their trading, and we will see you guys. See you guys a little bit later. Take care, friends.
Trade smart, everyone.
All right, I love that picture of Brian there. That's pretty neat.
The humanity.
That's yeah. All right. Let's switch everything over. Very good. I gotta get my atlas and get everything set, friends. Here it is, chat. All right. My list looks very weird today. Looks very weird.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. Look at these tickers. And SGML, Google. I never watched Google. Netflix. Never heard of Netflix on my watch list before, unless earnings. Coin, MSTR. So it's I haven't looked at Coin or MSTR in a very long time.
Oh, look at Coin. Coin just dropped
this
like
is not
$8.
This thing is not good for Bitcoin here. 93. The beginning of the year, nah, it's not good. So we'll see. Maybe they're getting ready for the Santa Claus rally, Peter. Right? They're dropping now so they can have room to do the Santa Claus rally back to where they came from.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Not a good strategy, but
that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh boy. Well, let's see what the people say. Let's get a poll out here. What should the poll be on crypto, Peter?
I don't know what's going to be moving. I'm going to be keeping an eye. This coin, I'd love to get a bounce back up on coin and then another drop.
To go short?
MSTR to go short. Yeah, MSTR is not moving that much. Why is it not moving?
Faizan, big sales of what, stocks or membership? I'm not sure. Probably membership. I don't think we're in the business of giving you stock deals. You need a license for that.
Okay.
So we'll
I'm
see.
hoping. I think Netflix is. I don't know. I'm hopeful, but it doesn't look great pre-market. I don't like these wiki.
Yeah, hopes are low on Netflix. Yeah. It's I think it'll take some time. I don't think we might see the change right away. You know, it might take some
Mm.
time for it to give us maybe a day or two. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see.
We'll find out. Market's about to open in about 5 seconds, everyone. So get ready. Fun's
Get
about to
ready.
begin.
Oh,
There's the bell. Here we
there it is.
go.
Where is
Off to the races. So
my
what are
good
we gonna
buddy?
get here?
Here we are.
Mm.
Dum, dum, dum.
Come on, jeez. It's so it's got uh,
All right, here we go, friends. Let's see what we got going on. Atlas in play. Yes, hit the like and subscribe. Thank you, Ben, for reminding our friends. I'm going to make sure I got the like button hit as well. And I do. 205 people, almost 1,100 people watching. That's awesome, guys. Thank you for your support. We really appreciate it. All right, so here it is. We have Netflix hitting previous day close. Netflix is looking good. We're getting some volume here. It's looking alive, baby. It's looking alive. There it is. But yeah, we're getting some movement. Very nice. Coin. Oh, I like coin. I like coin for a 1 minute opening range breakdown. I think there's some concerns on coin.
I
I
couldn't.
really
Oh
do.
my.
I'm
What the
gonna do
heck
it.
is going on here?
I'm gonna go short coin here.
Really?
Yeah, this is not a strat. Do not trade this. I don't usually trade this 1 minute ORB like this.
Coin, it's not moving though. It's
Let's see, man. I think there's some concerns in the neighborhood. I think, but
there's some, there's some
there's some
concerns in the
concerns in the
neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Uh,
So yeah, yeah. Don't take a
yeah.
huge size. The spread is bad on this one, and also, I mean, you can move $2, $3 very easily. So just take a couple hundred shares. But don't take like you don't gotta take 500 shares in this thing. Be reasonable with
I
the
don't know where
number.
anything is going.
Yeah, I know where coin is going south. Nah, I don't know anything, man. This is who knows, who knows. But let's see. Short coin stop is 273, but I might get out even at 272.58. So we'll keep it tight. Not a whole number of shares in this thing, but let's see. I think there's some. I think there might be a drop coming here. I wish it would have not dropped so fast in the prior to
There
the
we go. Come
pre-market.
on. Oh, come on.
Here it is.
Go higher. There it is.
Which where are you
There it
on,
is.
Peter?
All right.
What you doing?
Netflix.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Netflix. I was waiting. I couldn't get a good entry here on Netflix, and
Yeah,
it's just very bouncy here. So I just got a partial. Uh, got this trade here up here on the screen, but it's very bouncy here.
you got it
So
up. I don't see it.
I'm
Oh
gonna
no, I
move.
see it.
Yeah,
I see it now.
I'm
Yep,
gonna
yep.
move my stop up here to previous day close.
Oh, great
My
trade, Peter. That's
entry.
nice.
It's just a momentum one, but it's got to come on. It's got to go. Go on, let's
Yeah,
go. Oh,
yeah,
see there,
yeah.
I just got stopped out. It
Sucks.
just came
Yeah,
back through and stopped me out. So
yeah, I see
I
that.
yeah, that wasn't as much fun as I was hoping it would be. All right,
Look good though. It's
it's
trading better though. It's trading better than normal
it
Netflix
is
would. I mean, it's not
it
giving. It didn't give you
is,
the
but
continuation, but it is trading better. Um, I'm still short on coin. My stop is 270, 270, 76, 72 around that area. I'll jump out of it. Let's see if we can get the breakdown. Struggling here to give us a new low as it tries to go above 272. And let's see what else we have. MSTR, Netflix. Wow, Netflix turned around completely now. Below the VWAP on Netflix here. Coin's gonna stop me out, so I'm gonna get out of coin here. Oh, wait. Don't do it yet. Went right to my stop and slammed down. What are we thinking, coin? Oh, this price action is interesting. What is Atlas saying? Where's my Atlas? Oh, where's our beautiful Atlas here? Atlas. All right, so let's see
Google's
here.
moving a little higher here. Andrew's long Google.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a
So
nice one. Wow, wow, I gotta move. Google's going to 291.87 is the next level I have here. That is beautiful. I'm having problems getting Atlas up, not the system. I'm having issues finding the link. Here it is. I got it now. Okay. Circle of internet. The last thing I saw there. All right. Wow, Google. They're very nice. 291.87 is the high of the pre-market I have here. Yeah. High of the pre-market on Google. That is looking very nice. Oh, sorry guys. I didn't show. Did not know I was not showing you my screen. Apologies. Here it is. There it is. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. All right. So I'm still in coin, friends. Coin is just doing his coin stuff. So I'm still short on this one. They dropped 269, and I was messing around with something else. That would have been a good partial there. But
Google
I
actually
missed it.
moved higher. I can't believe that actually worked. MSTR is going up of all things. That's a little
Yeah,
bit of a surprise to me. It's gone green. Google is at yeah, not quite all-time high here, but it's close. 292. Oh, my phone's ringing.
UBT,
One sec.
UBT doing some stuff here. Price actually looks horrible though. Coins at my stop 273. Yeah, well, keeps coming up here though and selling down. I guess 273 is my stop here. Let's find the VWAP. No, it's gonna go higher. Yeah, gonna get out. Gonna get out at a
Come
coin.
on, coin. Be nice
Yeah,
to
yeah. It,
Carlos.
but no, that's my fault because it came down to 69 and I was doing something else. This would have been a partial for me. At least we would have made some money and stopped out of break even. But yeah, that's my fault. I was doing something else while that was happening. So can't blame coin for that. We did give us opportunity and we did not take advantage of it. Let's see here. Netflix. You know what? We never watched Netflix so closely to see how it actually trade. Like it just never had volume. But this seems, although not great, it does seem better than it normally does, right? If you're a Netflix trader, you will know how great or not it is. But it seems like it's moving, like it's getting some action. Might not be great action, but it's getting something. Coin broke out. Coin. UBT. How about our usual suspects? What they got going on? Tesla. Apple.
PLTR just had a big drop.
Wow, PLTR. Oh, SGM got halted to the downside. So SGM one halt to the downside here, and it's going to looks like go lower here. So careful on that one, friends. And this is it's a 48 million shares flow. So it's not a low flow stock, but it's clearly trading like one today. So be very, very mindful of that one.
Oh, that's why Andrew's trading the Goog, not the Google. Got it.
What's the difference? In price action today, they're doing something.
It's funny because their price is like just like 30,
Very
40
similar.
cents off. Yeah, just
Yeah.
30, 40 cents off each other. Google has like 10.5 million shares traded, whereas the Goog only had about 6 million. So there's a little more volume on Google, but they move the same. So Andrew's trading GOOG. Hmm. Wow, he picked
Coin.
the right horse. Always. How does Andrew do that? All the time, eh?
Yeah,
He
it's
figures out the
experience,
one to.
man. Experience and
I
just
know. I know. And he's
coin,
always
coin,
got it.
coin, coin.
Wow.
So we
Good
got a
for
couple
him.
of stuff at the VWAP. Coin is one of them, and here's to be the signal for coin if you want to go long. And then there's another one too. It's at the VWAP. It's Apple. Netflix is trying at the VWAP as well, and then we have Apple too at the VWAP
Apple,
also.
Netflix.
Man, between coin and Apple, I think we got two good potentials at the VWAP breakouts. Both got the setup. Here's our signal. I'm gonna go Apple with the VWAP breakout. So here it is, the breakout there, pullback, good signal of entry. So stop loss 268, and we'll try to get 269.60. So stop loss 268, 269.60. The other one is coin. Coin does look attractive too, as well. And the stop there would be 272. You gotta give it a lot of room. So again, take very little shares on this thing. Be very, very careful on that. 272. $3. So we'll have to go at least. Damn. Uh, I think coin is a. I think coin is a good one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try. Nah. Let me wait. But I think coin is a long. Just the price action sucks. The volume sucks. But I think it's a long. Let's see.
No, excuse me.
Ah,
Oh my goodness,
bless you.
sorry. All right. So how do I?
All right, long Apple friends. Let's see if we can get something here. What are you guys doing today so far? Lost Atlas was a good man. Atlas was a good man. Um,
So fix if I, in my funded account, if I wanted to go in Apple with you and I wanted to use a stop, a fixed risk, how do I actually buy?
where? What was the question? Sorry.
One what? I got what? One share. That's not what I was trying to put in a
No.
fixed risk here to figure out how this fixed risk thing works.
Oh, yeah. On trade. Oh, it's pretty neat. Yeah, I can show you. It's really neat. It's a little getting used to, but it's pretty neat. All right, so here's Apple. Let's look at Apple here, so I can actually look at my Apple trade at the same time.
Hmm.
Here it is, Apple. All right, so we're long Apple. We try to get the VR breakout, but we got to get to at least 270 to make this worth our while. All right, so here's how you do it, Peter. Right, you click on you see the green button there.
Uh,
You see
what
it's
am I
turned
looking at?
on, like
Okay.
right over here. You could barely
Yeah.
see it, but it's like when you click on it, you gotta make that
Yeah.
it's blue or green button there. So you click
Oh, I
on
see.
this
It
first.
gets underlined in green. Got it.
Yeah, I don't know if that does something, but I usually keep it green. So let's say you want to risk $100, right? This is a number of
Okay.
dollars, right? You say risk amount.
Oh.
This is dollars, not shares. So it could be a little, yeah.
Oh,
So
I see.
this should have a dollar sign here so people know. So $100. It's funny. I talk like the developers are watching. They're sleeping now. They're in California or Germany. Oh, no, actually they're probably awake. I don't know, but I gotta email them. So click on this thing, right? And then wait, no, where's my little? Oh, it's not working. Oh no, Peter, I think you were doing it
Hey,
right. Maybe something's not working.
No, no, you click on the target. I think you got to go over to the Apple
Oh,
chart.
I gotta go to Apple chart. Okay, yeah. So you click on the
See
thing
there,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, click on where you want this is you click on where you want your stop to be right over here.
Right, right.
268.52. Once you do that, notice here it's going to populate the number of shares you have to take, the price of your stop at 268.52, and the number of shares you have to take to only risk $100 if the price comes down to that stop from where it is now, to 269.32. Right. So if we go long here, all you have to do now is press buy. Right. So if you press buy,
Right.
don't let it load. Here's the order that's in, and now you should see our stop populate somewhere down here. There it is. There's our stop. It takes a little bit,
Got
but
it.
there's a stop. And now down here, you can see you have 107 shares at a price of 268, a stop loss price of 268.52. Here's your
Hmm.
unrealized. Here's your entry, number of units.
I got it.
Right. So, all right, Apple, very nice. So we are at a good level here. This is what is this? This is just looking at my Apple trade. So we're long Apple. Did coin work out? Coin did not work out. Okay. So Apple, let's see if we could break 269.60. Um, let's see if we can get going here. And then where's check out Apple on Atlas today. See what we got going on.
Yeah, I didn't check out Apple on Atlas. So yeah, there's not a lot of topside orders, are there?
I see a little bit. It's not a I don't see a big imbalance. The ones that we do have are far out at 272.50, and again, these are actual orders. So there's some 270's got some. Let's see if we can go pick up those guys right over here. 270, we're right below it now. And it's okay. Here it is. We're gonna partial there. Okay, so partial on Apple,
Hmm.
very nice. Um, that's
There
my
we
order
go.
right there. That was my order. Got filled. Nah, I'm kidding. It's not my order.
What? Why can't I?
You having problems?
Oh no, I wanna sell. Sell some.
Oh,
Sell
what are you trading, Peter?
Apple
Oh,
with
you're an
you.
Apple. Oh,
But
I didn't know. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Oh, my man.
it's
Let's look at
not
your trade.
I'm playing with it. I'm playing. I just can't seem to sell any now. What have I done?
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Very nice, very nice. All right, so 270 we sold there, and
Huh.
then
Oh man, I didn't get my sell it.
you
What
didn't
the
get
heck?
270. Oh, you're
No.
trading it. Oh, you're doing the simulator. I'm thinking you're
Yeah,
in
yeah. I'm
with me
just
on
in
the.
the
Okay, got it, got it, got it,
no.
got it.
Well, no. I'm just in the simulator just to play it out with it.
Yes, yes, yep, yep.
But
Did you click on the blue thing? Make sure the blue thing is on it, around it.
well, no. That's when I wanted a partial that I
Yeah.
was not able to
Mm,
get a partial for whatever reason.
gotcha.
Anyways, whatever happened, I didn't get my partial. That's too bad.
Nicholas, is Nicholas or Nicola? Nicola, welcome to the party, my friend. Better late than never. So good to have you. Trading view has been delaying pretty bad. That happens sometimes. Rarely happens with Dash Trader Pro, man. They're you pay for what you get. I always wonder how those web browsers. Does TradingView have a an app or is it web browser based? How good those things are. I never traded a live account through a web browser, so I wonder how good they are. My voice is like mediation, Carlos. What SMAs do you guys use? So I use the 9 and the 20 EMA, and then the 50 and the 200 SMA are on here. But the 9 and the 20 is usually what I pretty much focus on when you're day trading, right? Because I'm looking at the 1 minute, the 5 minute, those play an important part. Um, Here, so we'll see. All right, Apple's setting up nice, bouncing off the. This would be the 9, so it's holding on to. So I don't have it labeled, but you can see this is the 9, and then this will be the 20, and I believe this is the 50, right? And then this is the 200, which the 200 in the 1 minute doesn't really play a whole lot of. So I have it there more for like the daily. All right, Apple. Try to parse it out, Peter, on Apple if you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to. The problem is these buttons. I'm gonna have to talk to give some feedback to the developers, get some improvement here.
Yeah, you can
What you
use
hit?
sell. If you use sell, don't sell max. Sell
The
25%.
problem is that there's a problem here in their code, and that's what I've realized what the problem is. So
Well, I sold 45
no,
shares.
I know, but
Hmm?
it's if you don't have it at full screen, it overlaps. Well, even at whole, it overlaps. So you have to change it back to a market order, right? If you want to
Uh,
sell.
I just did this. I did the hotkey. But I'm sure, yeah, yes, what you're saying. Like you have to change to a market order. Yes, you can't keep the stop
But you
loss there.
can't, but
Correct.
the little down arrow toggle is actually underneath the price box. So anyways, never mind. I'll give them some feedback.
Hmm. Maybe the way have it set up. I see. Yeah, I can see what you're. Yeah. Okay. All right. We got our partial in on both account. Oh man, Apple. Yes, Oklo guys. I see you guys. Oklo took off here. It is really nice VWAP break. I mean, this is beautiful. Push through. Look at the pullback. All these are all red candles. Then you don't get in though until about here, right? Here's the entry point, right? So it's a little far out. You can use a previous stay close as your stop, but if you did, you're at least at 1.5 now on this one. So again, a little far out. I don't think I would have taken it, but the run on this one is really nice. So good job, guys. We're gonna take another partial here on Apple 270.25 ish. No, go back up. Come on, go back up. Allow us to take our partial. Decent orders at a 271. Atlas is showing a couple of people up there. So it's not a huge imbalance, but we do got some. All right, here it is. Apple, why you're not this break? Tesla, what do you got going on, Tesla? Oh, look, TSL is another. Is this another Tesla? Yeah, Tesla daily ETF. TSL times 1.5. So if you want something a little bit less risky. Um, I only got there because I forgot to type the A on Tesla. So Tesla, man, another great run. Looks like everything is restored. The world is back in order, Peter. Here it is. Apple. Okay. Beautiful, friends. I'll take a partial here. Good stuff. Good stuff. So partial on Apple. And let's ride this out, see what we get to. Yeah, a lot of great trades today. Tesla, Google as well. Called out in chat. Oh, good as a ticker. I'm mistyping everything today. All right, here we go. Google. This is the one that Andrew took in chat today, friends. He took Google long.
Yeah, he did. He got a
Very
good
early
move.
on.
He went long on Tesla too at 410. He thought he was chasing that up, but he's got another $5-6 move, so he's got that moving as
Nice.
well.
He's still
So
in that
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Friends, if you want to see Andrew Trade live, head over to bearwithtraders.com. Join. You could, and I think we got a special for you
He's the
guys. Like
man.
7-day trial. You guys can get in for about $19, $30, something like that. You can get in and watch the chat room, get access to a couple of basic videos for education, and see if it's the right fit for you. And see if it can work. Something that you like.
Mm-mm. It's always amazing to watch Andrew, man. He just gets them
He's
every
awesome.
time.
Yeah,
I
he's
know.
awesome. I'm telling you. If I do miss, I love doing this show. Like you guys know, I love hanging out with you guys. Bev, JC Trader, TBR, welcome, Abish, Das, 8116, Samin, Naman, all you guys. I love hanging out here. I do, but there's one thing I miss.
Is there a
It's
butt
just
coming?
no, there's no buts. If there is one thing I miss, no buts. There's no but because once you
Right.
put but, then you just delete everything else, right? So
Yeah,
love it
exactly.
here. If there's one thing
Okay.
I miss is watching Andrew trade live. Just focus on Andrew trading live in the chat, right, and not having to run all this stuff. But I do love this. Trust me, I do.
Right.
And I love hanging out with you guys, and I think we're building something really nice here.
Oh, look at
And I'm
this
looking
all.
forward to our Lambos and Garbage Truck community as well. We're going to be putting a lot of good stuff out there, which we have already. Every week, a new education video comes out there. So thank you guys for your support.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's nice to see him trade.
PLTR. What a
It really
pullback on
is.
PLTR. Really rejected off
And
a previous day's close.
here it is. Here's Andrew doing his thing, and Brian, and that is his Tesla trade there. There it is. Beautiful entry here. Partial, 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 and got one more coming up at
Yep.
417.
17.
Yeah.
417.
So
Yeah.
see if we can get that. Any news on why is Tesla popping like this? I think it's the overall market, man. Look at if you look at a lot of things that are just they've been beat up late into last week, and it's just they're seeing a little bit of strength. Apple, a lot of takers. There's just some that are running more than others, and you expect the Teslas, and you don't expect Google though. You don't expect Google to move the way. This is the one that I will never guess will move the way it did today. It is Google, right? You don't expect that out of it. It normally does not trade this way. So maybe me and Peter was like, wow, we didn't see that coming, right? PTR is moving, not so clean as we seen, but that's doing some stuff. But just think overall, market's feeling a little bullish, at least right now. Can't guarantee what's gonna happen at 1 o'clock or after, because we saw that movie last week as well. So anything is possible. Okay. All right, so we had 2 trades so far for us today. I had coin short, very little shares because again, this stock gotta be careful with. Stopped out here, and then we have Apple long 2 partials in already, and trying to see if it's gonna continue as it bounces to on the 9 right now, the 9 moving average. DAS does not have a free sim. No, you can go to the website and they'll give you some like 14-day trial. But they do not have a free sim. I think we do have a link so you can go and check them out, but they charge. They charge for data. They charge for data, which is expensive. Apple. So it's just Apple long. They did have a double upgrade, but anybody significant, Michelle? Anybody big? Because I didn't hear it today. But usually these guys only talk about it when it's like a Goldman Sachs or somebody really big. They don't. If it's smaller groups, they might not. Well, you might not hear about it as much. AMD, yeah, AMD's just out, just broke out, doing pretty good here. I don't see um, anything that I can join on right now. One of the analysts visited the factory and now has a target of 500. Oh, he visited the factory. Okay, I'm sure they took well good care of him. You're an analyst? Right this way. Yeah, that's like a secret reviewer that everybody knows he's the reviewer and everybody's putting their best behavior. Yeah, so I have a friend. He's the fish. Not more friend. He's a family member. He's I forgot the name. The guy that cuts the fish at the Four Seasons in New York. I forgot. This is a special name for the guy that cuts the fish, and he's an expert. He's been doing it for 23 plus years. And he says before they got a Michelin star and all this good stuff, before they get review, they know around the time frame that person is coming. They don't know who it is. Like they really don't know, but they are on tip top shape. It's unbelievable. He's like everything comes out right. He's like the owner. He's stressed out every single time, and it's he's like, yeah, it's intense. And then once we know that their reviews are in, everything's happening, then everything just comes down a little bit. Still top level service, but he's like, yeah, it's stressful during that time because we don't know when this person's gonna walk in and be doing their thing. So yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. Yeah, he comes out in a video too, like a documentary. I've seen him come out in the video. Yeah, look it up. Um, all right, things pulling back a little bit. How's my Apple doing? Apple's trying to hold. I might take another partial if we take too long to get back to the high of the day here. Just to put some money in our pocket. We don't want things to be getting too much lower on us with the number of shares because we still got a pretty good amount from our original size. So we don't want to get too comfortable here on this one. Peter, you submitted your review. So you're typing away. Let's see here. Oh. Are we going to get future data in Atlas pretty soon? They're working on it, but I am not sure how fast that's going to happen. But they're working on it. Oh, there it is. Andrew says yes. Says yes. Remember, Andrew's like he's like the Elon Musk, right? He's like the Elon Musk of the company. He's like, yes, yes, soon, soon, soon. He's the one that sets the dates, and the dates could be a lot more aggressive than what they are, right? So the developer's like, no, Andrew, we need a little more time. He's like the Elon Musk. So that's why I see when people are like, oh, Elon never hits a date. You can understand these CEOs that have a lot in their mind that they're putting everything together, their division, right? He sets dates that probably developers are like, hey, we're not gonna hit that date, but Elon says he's still gonna be doing it during this time, right? We're still gonna push for this, right? So give Elon Tesla a little bit of slack, because Elon is putting some very tough to hit dates, you know. Now I don't think Peter's on me. I think he's just listening to some jazz or something.
You know what? I am muted. I am.
Oh, you
Sorry
are.
about that.
I thought he was on a conversation because I asked you a couple of questions.
No,
And
no,
oh, he's doing something else.
I didn't realize you couldn't hear me all that time. I
No
apologize.
way. Okay. Oh, sorry about
I
that.
was busy talking back with you and everything.
Oh.
Sorry. Oh my goodness.
Uh,
All right, so
take a.
Tesla's pulling back.
Yeah. So is Apple, and I'm thinking whether I take a.
I was looking at a Tesla short up here. I just didn't have the guts
Yeah.
to take it. That's too bad. Oh well. It was just I don't know how far it's going to go,
Yeah.
but it's a good move. It was a good move higher on Tesla. Andrew made his thousands. He's up
Yes.
10
Yes.
grand, 10 grand this morning as he was sharing with our chat room, and
Nice.
oh yeah, Good little morning from PLTR really pulling back here. It really failed hard off of previous day close. Now it's all the way back below VWAP.
I'm gonna
Interesting.
take a
Big pullback.
partial. Yeah, I'm gonna take a partial here on Apple. I'm not gonna get completely out, but I am gonna take some off because just in case. Yeah, see, I'm glad I did that. Things are not looking too good. But I'm not all out yet.
Brian, if your funded account has got the wrong date, just email the team. We can get that fixed. It's I don't know why that would be, but don't worry, we won't steal any time from anybody.
No, 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 we're not into that business.
Uh,
Nope, nope, nope.
I mean, if that the coworker only signed up October 8th, then that should be easy to show if it's got the wrong information. I don't know how that would happen, but I guess it's possible. Of course, maybe they signed up in August and didn't start using the account until October. That's possible. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. Or we could just have the wrong date. You know what?
yeah.
Errors happen. So yeah,
All above could
email
be
the
true.
team. Email me if you want. I'll make sure it gets to the development team, but email
Yeah,
the support
yeah. I
team.
think
They'll
that's
get back to you.
info at Bearwood Traders. No,
Uh,
info at trading
uh,
terminal. Com.
tradingterminal.com. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Looks like not getting all out might pay off here on Apple if we go back up. Let's see.
All right. We're always wearing headphones. Like Andrew says, he's never seen us wearing headphones.
Yeah, we always
Where are
do.
we?
I always have
Every
my
morning.
headphones on. Yeah.
Because I'm
And
listening to
it's
him.
the
That's
best
why I need
way.
the headphones.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
it is the
Carlos,
best way to get
Carlos, you got your static thing again.
Oh yeah, hold on. It's the best way to not have lag when you're talking back and forth with people. Like for example, Brian doesn't wear
Right.
headphones, and you could tell that he talks over people sometimes, not intentional. It's just the headphones are not, they create this loop. So you want to have the cleanest audio, you got to wear
Yeah.
headphones. Yeah, because even with the noise cancellation, it diminishes your quality a lot. Like you'll do a great job, but it'll diminish your quality of the sound. Um, but it is, yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. All right, I'm out of Apple. This thing is not. It ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing.
it's not cooperating with you.
Uh, oh, Andrew doesn't like noise cancellation. As much as you travel, you don't put on the noise cancellation on the airplanes. Oh, the Apple AirPods do a really good job with the noise cancellation. But yeah, running, I could see running. You don't want to do that. You want to listen to what's going on and everything. Mr. Chatty D, thanks, man. B, thank you. I think it's a compliment. I'm gonna take it as a compliment. If it's not, it's okay. Just let me believe it's a compliment, anyways, and we'll both be happy. You'll be happy because you insulted me, and I'll be happy because I take it as a
Oh,
compliment. It's a win-win.
all right. LTR really dropping here. It's now at towards low of day. Wow. And Tesla. Oh, I should have taken that short on Tesla. It's actually would be working out quite well. Okay. So
All
here's something
right.
random, Carlos.
Yeah.
Late last week, my I've got a bathroom in the basement. When we renovated the basement, put in a bathroom down there, and the sink, one of the faucets, it's sort of stripped it doesn't work anymore, right? It sort of stripped the whatever the gears or something so that it won't open or close. So I go and I know what I need to do. I need to take the faucet off, and there's a nut in there, and I need some sort of like fancy pipe wrench because it's so tight in there. Like I can't get any of my wrenches in, and then big enough to get around the pipe, and then to get this big nut that's in there and loosen it. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have the tool. There's got to be like a specialty tool that you could do that pretty straightforward if you had the tool. So I
Mm-hmm.
go on and say, well, maybe there's another way to do this. I go in a bunch of, what does everybody do nowadays? You go on YouTube and you try and find a video to help. And I found
Yes.
like five different videos that were really annoying me because every single video said, well, all you have to do is just loosen the fitting and take it off and blah, 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 blah. And they all had the same thing with somebody who was like hand loosening the fitting and then taking it off. And yeah, it's so easy to do that if you could hand loosen it. The reality in the real world, right? Everything's seized, or like in my case, you can't get the tool around it. It is not you can't loosen it by hand. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
people. So every one of these videos was totally useless because it's,
Yeah. Did you
anyways.
find one that was good, Peter? Did you find one at all that was
No,
good? All right. So this is what
no.
you make one. Now you have to make a video to help the
I
others that are in your situation.
I guess.
And now you go have
I
Peter
guess.
the Peter the handyman on YouTube. That'll be nice. Peter the handyman.
There you go. Water Duder. Water Duder had the same problem. Take an old adjustable wrench, cut it short with an angle grinder. Yeah. Go fly. You're getting used to my rants. I always got rants. I got rants for everything. I'm a
All
grumpy
right,
old
for
man,
everything.
man. I can rant about anything.
Yeah.
Anyways, but
When you
yeah,
got your own
I
when you got your own rant gif here, you know it's
there you go. That's right.
serious.
Anyway,
Oh yeah.
so now my bathroom in the basement literally just has tools all over the floor because I was having to pull out every wrench I could find that I thought might fit. Nothing's working. So now I gave up in frustration and said, screw it, I'll come
Mm,
back and do it later. And that was like 4 days ago, and I haven't gone back and even
yeah.
tried yet. So eventually I'll get back down there. Like I know what needs to be done. I just can't. I don't have the tool to do it.
Yeah.
So then I'm debating, is it cheaper to buy the tools I need to do it or to hire a plumber to take it out? And sometimes that's what you pay for, right? You pay for the person
Right.
who knows what they're doing. Is it worth the
Has the
elimination
tool.
of frustration to pay them and that has the tool? But I'm like, well, that's going to cost me a minimum of like what, $150 to call a plumber just to loosen a faucet. And I still have to buy the faucet, which is not a problem. So I think I might just buy the tool, you know? Yeah, I gotta find the right tool. Anyways,
So Carlo Anais 1149 says that I should change my name because when they're trying to tag me, they tag them, and then they're getting my messages. So yeah, maybe we'll consider that. Consider that.
oh, we were here first.
What happened?
We were here first.
No, I was gonna go that route. Like, you know what? Nah, I was gonna stay away. I'm the host, and you want me
The
to change
customer's
my
always
name,
right.
and you just came with the customer's always right. You're right. Uh,
All right, so we are getting a bounce here on a bunch of things. So PLTR hit that low of day and then bounce back. Tesla hit a bounce just before VWAP here. So this is what happens on the market, getting that bounce. I wouldn't mind this bouncing to the high of day, and then I can get a bigger short maybe.
mm, yeah.
That would be a good outcome for me. But we'll see what happens. AMD is just at previous day close. Wasn't no real big movement here on AMD or NVIDIA today, so it doesn't look like it's the day for the semis.
Yeah, what did
It
MU
did
do?
have a good.
MU has some.
I was just about to say that. I said MU surprisingly got a good move off the open. So a $10-12 move there.
MU might be a good breakdown of a VWAP. I kind of missed the entry though here because I just pulled it up. But here would have been a good. But you got to give it $2. I mean, that's
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
It'd be a
about
big
that.
stop.
Yeah, because you want to get at least to the low of the day, yeah, which is the previous day close. So your stop has to be. I like it above the VWAP, as you guys know. So it will have to be like at minimum 256. Yeah. So yeah, dollar and change. Let's see. Could be good. I don't like the Qs are bouncing off the previous day close, though. That might not help our drop. Unless we go back below the previous day close. That could be really, really nice. Sus, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Hey, guys, we appreciate all the love and you guys hanging out here in our channel at BBT. Really appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube if you haven't done so already. It does help us out a ton, right? As we hang out with you, prepare for the market open, go to some live trading. We have a couple of guests. What's the schedule? We got some guests coming on this week.
We do. We
I'm
have
looking
some guests
forward to it.
coming
Where's we get the schedule?
mid show.
Yep. That today? I don't think it's
Let's
today.
see.
Could be.
No. You and I both need to go find that schedule. 1 second.
I'm gonna
We'll
check
get
right
there.
now because if it's today, we're gonna make sure we get ready. Let's see here.
Let's see. The next one would be Wednesday, I think. I think they're Wednesdays, right? Normally.
I saw some days that were not Wednesday, but I think normally it is Wednesday. Yeah. So if it's Wednesday, okay, beautiful.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have some friends from Spot Gamma on Wednesday. So.
Awesome. All right, looking forward to that. Guys are good peoples. Go Fly 86. We appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, it's not our approach is very different, and I honestly think there's more people that trade the way we do than the other stuff that's out there, right? Not that there's nothing wrong with the other stuff that's out there. Even in our community, like me and Peter trade very different than Andrew, and Brian. But I think there's more traders that need to that trade the way we do, opposed to the high flying stuff, which is nothing wrong with that. It's just got to fit your style. You just got to fit your style, right? So, that's the key. Every Monday night, which today Monday night will be on for the onboarding class, so join me for that at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I talk about, it's not whether you're going to join a community, it's what community you are going to join. So you got to find one. So if you're not going to join ours and you want to trade, make sure I'll go out there and look for a community, right? And join one that has like a monthly that can, you can try it out for a month, get the best plan for the month. And if you love it, if you like it, save some money and go for the year. But try it out. Try it out. So it's not whether you're going to join a community, is what community are you going to join is really the situation, because it does help you out a lot, guys. I'm telling you. It's, as a new trader, if I didn't have Bearable Traders, I probably would not be around trading still, because I found some really good people here that we held each other accountable. The support from the members, from the moderators, from everybody, it's just incredible. It really is. So definitely make that part of your plan if you're looking to get into trading. What community are you going to be part of?
Yep. And we have to acknowledge, and there's so many different styles of trading out there, right? Like that's why, our job here, we're not trying to tell you how to trade. And that's confusing for a lot of people, because when you start out, you want to just tell me what to do. And admittedly, our approach is a little more long term. We want you to develop the skills for yourself, which can be frustrating at first, right? Because you're like, we're not saying just take this, go long here, go short here. That's not our approach, not what we're looking to try and do. We want to help you build the skills to trade for the long term. Trade for a living, right? The only way you do that is if you know what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yes. So discounts right now, I don't see any discounts on the site, but I know Andrew mentioned there's some big discounts coming. We got Black Friday coming. That's got to be up pretty soon, because I'm already getting Black Friday deals left and right. So that's got to be up very, very soon.
When is Black Friday? It's coming up.
It's like in
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Next Friday.
Yeah, it's like in 2 weeks.
Like not this Friday, but next Friday, right?
Next Friday. Yeah. But the deals are already out there. People are already starting to give the deal, which makes sense. Why put your operations into this bottleneck, right? If you're gonna give something, give it now. Let people get it. Give yourself time. So yeah.
I don't know
if you're shipping, but that's me. I know some psychological issues when you only know you have 2 days to get something. So there's a lot of FOMO in that, and yeah. All right, Apple coming back to the VWAP. Coin. I thought about it, but I was like, should we go back in coin?
Oh, yeah, coin.
I did think about it here. Should we go get back our money? We didn't lose enough to risk more on it. So, but look at that. It's working out beautiful now. New low of the day on coin.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Yeah, we didn't have a poll for today.
Looks weak.
Yeah, I like that poll. Go flies A68. We'll do that. I would love to know that actually. How many
How many trades
trades?
a day? Yeah, I've done that in the
Yeah, we
past.
gotta do a
It's
range though. What is it?
yeah, I always do a range. It's like I usually do like the 1 to 3, 3 to 8
Let's do it.
maybe.
Let's do it here. I like to see
I don't
how.
know. You could do you pick whatever
Yeah,
range you want, but depends how granular you want to make it.
I'm more towards the lower side of trading, so I'm gonna have like 1, 2, 3. I
I'll
like
do
that
like
one,
one or
Peter.
two.
I know. No, I think 1, 2, 3 is good. Or one or two, 3 to 5, and then five
Yeah, one
plus
or
to
two, three
me.
to five,
Yeah,
5 to 10, over 10. Maybe that's
yeah.
maybe a good distribution. See what people say.
Uh, I like that. I like that. Do it here. Oh man, what a coin, guys! What a VWAP breakdown on coin. I should have taken that. Um,
Usually, when we do the survey, most people end up in the sort of 5 to 10, but we'll see what I don't want
yeah,
to influence the answers, but
yeah. Just be realistic on
yeah,
what
just be
you know,
honest. It's yeah,
and put what
or
you actually do, not what you want to do. Right?
not what you want to do. Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
thing. Be
that's true.
honest. Like, okay, I know I want to be on 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, but I'm doing this, right? So let me do the poll here. We'll get it
Right.
up right now. Uh, let's see here. Oh, coin is gonna keep going lower. I had my idea on coin was right. The timing was off, but I should have been back in here. Should
Yeah,
have been back in
but you
here.
you got to get the risk to reward, right? Like, yeah, you got to catch it at the right
Yeah,
time, otherwise it
yeah,
doesn't always
yeah.
make sense to jump in and chase these things.
Exactly, exactly.
I don't understand.
So what do you say? 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 5.
Can I, can I give another rant? I keep getting these ads on my phone for these wine dispenser things. Have you guys seen these? I mean, am I just too old school? These wine
uh,
dispenser things, they you just put them on the bottle and it automatically pours out a wine. The wine's like
why?
all frothy and
Why?
everything. If there's one thing I was taught, like you don't want frothy wine. You completely ruin it. Anyways,
Um,
I don't understand.
I I don't know, man. The bottle opens up and the bottle gets finished. I don't understand why we need this situation here. You open it up, you finish the bottle, unless it's wine at least, right? Because it does taste very different once unless you don't store it properly. Because why would you do that to
Yeah.
pour it out at the evening? That doesn't make it. That looks like somebody's gonna bottle that thing
Well,
for
but
for days.
they're saying it in this case it's supposed to be adding air into it. So it's like because you do want it to breathe a little bit, right? You want a little air
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah,
brings
yeah,
out the
yeah,
flavors.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if you do it too aggressively, you actually end up ruining.
Change it.
So
Yeah, you
anyways,
ruin it. Yeah,
at least
yeah.
that's my understanding. But yeah, there's not a bottle. Maybe in my house, a bottle of white. We could have a bottle of white that might sit around for a couple of days, where my wife just has a glass or something at a time. But yeah, red wine, you open a bottle of red, it's gone. It's not
Yeah, I
sitting around.
love me some red wine. Yeah, 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 yeah. Agreed.
All right,
All
we're
right.
getting a bounce back on a few things. PLTR
We
code
are.
back up towards VWAP. Tesla bouncing higher here. So
Yep.
interesting
All right,
move.
boats are coming in. Here it is so far. What we have. Let's see.
Well, I guess Coach Umberto, you can't guess two because I think I've already had three, haven't I? It's a it's a Monday. I've got like a whole weekend worth of rants to catch
Yep.
up on. My camera, yes, my camera is fuzzy. You're right. Hold on. Let's see if we can reset the thing.
Yeah. All right, friends, put your boats in. Let's
I
see.
don't think that
Again,
worked.
how many trades do you take a day? Not how much you want to take or plan to take or when you want to be in. How much are you taking right now per day? Um, I'm sitting on that 1 to 2. As sometimes 3, but 1 to 2 is usually what I'm trading. Um, we'll see.
You guys can either, well, tell me not to rant, but everybody then's like, no, rant. All right, give me topics then. What do you want me to rant about?
Next poll is Peter's rants. Yeah, we need a couple of good ones.
Yeah.
We'll do a poll on it. All right, Tesla doing some stuff. Coin did get a little bit of a bounce, but not significant to stop this drop. If he wants to do it now, he can still go. Anybody short coin, guys? Did you guys take advantage of this? This is our strategy. I missed it, but if you're paying attention, you could have been short right around here, this area there, and anywhere between here is good money there. That is great. Below that, it starts getting a little bit risky as far as the risk to reward, but anywhere in here, you're in good shape. It's POTR 2.7 trades on my average. Okay, yeah, there you go. Oh, there it is. Coin dropping again. Ah, that's beautiful. Melanie, you're bearish overall. I'm sure coin made a little over $400. Very nice. I'm still in with a partial. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I looked at Hood earlier today, but we didn't put it on the list. The pre-market was so. Yeah, it was very quiet compared to coin and MSTR. So I didn't put it on the list, but they can trade very well. And today here they're have a nice drop off the VWAP as well. Another one. This is actually better because the confirmation comes much closer to the VWAP. If you were to short this one, this confirmation is much closer. So better risk to reward than you would have with coin. But yeah, it's another nice one there. SGML about to get halted to the top side. Maybe let's see if it can get going. It pushed up pretty nice. Actually, it's got some way to go still. It's got some way to go. 84. Yeah, still got some time here. Look at this recovery on this one. After one halt to the downside, they recover 726 area, and now it's back up above 8. Morgan Stanley's downgrade on Delta is stupid. It suggests Delta CEO blatantly is a blatant liar, and I find the downgrade very suspect. Do analysts do this to get better entries? I don't know, man. It is. I have no idea. I mean, we've seen weird stuff happen. There's you guys remember the reviews, right? They were giving fake ratings for companies. They were fluffing the ratings so people can invest. This happened a couple of years ago. Some really well-known institutions were fluffing the ratings so people can invest, and the company was like a triple D garbage ticker, right? So yeah, it's a lot of funny business that can be done. Yeah, since the beginning of time, the market has had a lot of funny stuff. How helpful is the atlas? I find it very helpful for certain things, right? So just like any tool, right, you got to find it which way works best for you. I really love it when I'm in a trade already. So I usually don't enter based on this. Me personally, again, there's so many different use cases, but I'm gonna tell you mine, right? How it's been helpful for mine. When I'm in a trade, like we did on Apple today, we looked at Apple and we're able to see what is it, 270, right? Possible breakout 270, and right over here, and we held. Like we literally held this partial to get that 270 because when I looked at the Atlas, there was a bunch of orders sitting at 270. So I'm like, okay, you know what? So let's wait for 270, and we did. We got the 270, and I've done that a couple of times where I'll wait a little bit longer to get my partial because I see Atlas. There's a barrier there that we might try to hit, right? So for me, parceling, go flat rate is 68, right? Same thing. For me, parceling is very useful, right? So that's the way I've been using it a lot. Not so much for entries, although you can, right? Same thing, use it for entries. But for me, the parceling has been incredible on this thing. So, and many people use it very different, but it's again, it's another tool. It's another tool to add to your belt here. You can solely trade off of it. I mean, I won't recommend it, but to tied in with everything else you're doing right now is very, very useful. Triple D. Yeah, that's the. I think they give like have companies like A rating have like different type of ratings. There's these ratings that they give out to the tickers. All right, I don't know if it's letters or whatever, but it's these ratings. So if a company's good, they get an A rating. If they're not, they get a lower rating. Um, so there was an institution, a well-known institution, giving out some really good ratings, and then based on that, it goes on Morningstar, and then people start, not us day traders, big money, mutual funds, retirement funds, start investing in companies that have a higher rating, right? They don't invest in BS tickers, and that was happening. Comes to find out, these people were being either getting paid or there were just a lot of funny business to get their companies to get investors in, and the company was not producing any money. They were crappy tickers. So we've seen that before. Uh, so it's out there.
Oh,
Corruption
all
is
right.
out there.
What's our net? Oh, look at this Tesla back all the way back up.
Yeah, things are bouncing back, man. MSTR, coin bounce back. Netflix at VWAP.
Come on, Tesla. Let's go to high a day, Tesla.
What
You're
link is
almost
this?
there.
I click this.
You're
What link is
almost
this?
there. What was the result of our poll here? 44% say 3 to 5 trades, Carlos.
Yeah,
Interesting. I would have expected it to have been a little more, but that's good. That's actually good.
that's good.
I like to see
That's good.
that.
That's good. Yeah. 10% plus 10. So that's a little, again, that's not wrong if it's part of your plan. So nothing nothing wrong. If it's not part of your plan, then you got to
Ooh.
get back into some good areas here. Friends, if you want to join Lambos and Garbage Truck family, you can head over to bearwithtrace.com. I'm sorry, YouTube slash bearwithtrace.com. There's a link right on there. You click it, join for $5. You get access to all these videos that we're doing here. So member only videos you can see right on there. You get access to all that good stuff. And we're putting out a video we are putting out a video every week that you get access to. So take advantage of that. Plus, it supports the channel, and YouTube loves that. So thank you guys. Really appreciate your help.
Interesting. No, I'll just make just a trading related. It's not a rant, but a
Mm-hmm.
note that I know I've missed a lot of trades this morning. I feel like I missed some good opportunities, but admittedly I've been finding it hard to concentrate this morning because I just keep I'm just thinking, God, my back hurts. I can't. I sat down, I
Yeah.
stood up. You guys may have noticed I sat down and stood up like 4 times. Nothing's comfortable. Like I'm not
Yeah.
comfortable no matter what I do. And therefore, I was second guessing my decisions. And I've learned
Mm.
that it's better for me just to stay out of things rather than start jumping in them, because then I'm going to be uncomfortable and angry at my trading. I'd rather
And
be
pissed.
right.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be uncomfortable, that's fine. I can't do anything about that. Or at least I haven't figured it out. But at
Yeah.
least, I'm not
All
also
right, friends. I
angry at my
do
trading.
see
I think
Brian
Andrew's
coming in
here.
on chat. Yep. Let me see. Is he connected? Maybe it could be on my end. Hold on, because somebody else was using his spot. Here it is. All right, gonna get him connected now. Now we could hear him. All right, guys, we're gonna leave it with Andrew and Brian. Have a great trading day. We'll be
All
in
right.
chat.
Yeah. Morning, Andrew. Good morning, Brian. I'll hand it over to you.
Good
Welcome.
morning. Thank you so much, Carlos. Also share the screen in possible to the chat. I had a pretty good day. I think it's the haircut. So I did a haircut. So it turned out to be good day trading. So it means that these two are correlated.
Aerodynamic, man. You look fast. You look fast
Yeah,
with
I
your
think
haircut. Looks
shorter
good.
hair is better. That's why Peter is such a good trader because he doesn't have
Yeah.
any.
Oh,
You
looks
you
like
know
I'm
it.
on the outs.
So we had a good trading day. Google obviously was a trade. So if I want to quickly recap what we did in the chat room, Google has, this is called Warren Buffett effect. So when Warren Buffett, I think they disclosed on Friday that they had a 4 billion position or something in Google. And so obviously
Yeah.
gapped up. People come here. I did a 1 minute open range breakout. Let me bring also my pen as well to make sure that I can do the writing. So we did go long. Where's my big pen? Pen. Where did you show up? Uh, Where's my pen? Oh, it's here. Sorry. So my pen is here. So yeah, I did a 1 minute opening range breakout. Again, the stock was gapping up, 3-4%, popped up. I added more. What is really helping us is Market Atlas, which shows the liquidity is going up. The all-time high in that time was 292.29. So for the break of all-time high, I actually didn't notice the all-time high. If I knew, I would have held it for the all-time high because usually when you're so close to all-time high with some news, usually you pop up toward that because people don't short before all-time high. That means that the price will continue going higher. So these partials were kind of mistake, and I regret doing that. But as I added for the break of all-time high, and then popped up all the way up to 294. So again, I didn't look at the daily chart properly. So this is a very nice daily chart because you do already have an all-time high here multiple times. Now that with this gap up because of the news, you definitely go for a test of all-time high. So that was a pretty good trade, very profitable. And then Tesla came up. Tesla was really the trade of the day today. It was really running up. People did mention that. Came very late on it, popped up at 410, really just for the break of 412, partial a lot, and then held some to 418, and then came back up, and I got stopped out the last piece when it broke down. It did do a very nice 920 trade, and now it's going to go back up to 420. And Tesla is specifically is very, very easy to trade with the market atlas because the liquidity is really nice in there. So somebody was asking in YouTube that how liquidity helps you. Liquidity really helps into see if your trade goes into your direction or not. So that's one of the really important things that I'm using for a market atlas. Brian also had some really good trading. Brian,
Yeah.
how was your?
Yeah, no, it was okay. I mean, I picked PLTR to go along, which was a little bit not as clean as maybe some of the other stocks that traded this morning, like Tesla. Um, I got that, and then I jumped in. I jumped in on a QQQ trade. Just did some 610. I think there was 610 calls when we really started to break out through the VWAP and went green on the day. So that was, and then I jumped in on the Tesla trade with you as well. So we had pretty decent morning overall. Kind of
Yeah.
surprising. Didn't really expect the markets to kind of buy back up right away, but you just got to trade the price action that you see.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, um, all right. So any question, guys? This, any question about the trades that we did? It looks like that the markets really popped the whole this bubble kind of burst. Like a lot of these high flying names really got destroyed. Like OKLO, Quantum really got destroyed. Even crypto in the last few months has been getting destroyed. So it's kind of healthy for the market. Like Rigetti from top of 58 now to 25. That's good. Um, OKLO, again from top of 190 to 99. So it's a drop of 50%. That's good. Like what was the Nasdaq.com bubble? Like 75% drop? Like these are good. These
Something like
are
that, yeah.
like that. So these drops, they're very healthy for the market. CRWV, again, 150 to 75. That's 50% drop from these highs. So which is very good, very healthy. But it seems that the market didn't drop that much, but all these high flying names that they were really bubbly, um, didn't get anything.
Malicious. Yeah, I think that yeah, you don't like to see drops like 50% though. You like to see if you're going to have a correction, sort of a 10 or 15%.
So the futures on Atlas, we're adding the futures on the Atlas very soon. We're really working on the market data. We had some issues with getting the data from the data provider, but as soon as the data is good, we're going to release it because it shouldn't be very difficult. Um, But the futures data requires a new licensing from the exchange. So that would be additional payments for the data. Because the way that these data works is you have to pay um, production fee to the data vendor, so the company that is providing the data through their servers. Then you have to pay a flat fee to the exchange as a licensing fee, and then you have to pay a monthly fee per user to the exchange. So there are three different costs associated with it. So for the futures, I absorb the cost of production and the flat fee of the licensing, and then but the users have to pay for the monthly fee. That's how their business model works. And futures only good for future traders. Not everybody needs it. Like I might not subscribe to that because I'm good with Tesla, NVDA, PLTR
Mhm.
stuff.
Markets are kind of selling off here. We're going down to the sort of low a day here.
Yeah.
You might find some support around here on the Qs and the SPY, but
Can Google hit 300? I don't think Google is going to go to 300 today. Definitely not today or
no.
the next few days. Again, Google is not like Tesla that moves up like $50 per day. It's a lower ATR stock. Hmm. Alex is sharing, very interesting in the chat room. Alex is sharing a new trade book that I have, bathroom break strategy. Carlos, go full the screen. Like it's really funny. Because sometimes I take a bathroom break and come back and the trade works in my uh directions. This is so funny. It works, try it. Oh, that is so funny. Um, any question, guys, about um yeah, so we're gonna go to Thailand next week. It's exciting, guys. We're gonna have a big retreat with all of our traders in Thailand. So I'm actually super excited to trade from Thailand. I've never been to Thailand. Brian is coming, Carlos is coming, Paris is coming, Gary is coming. There's a lot of our traders are coming. So we're about 46 or 8 people. We do have some spots if anyone wants to cancellation. If we had some cancellation, if anyone wants to come to Thailand, November 30th to December 6th, email me, andrew@bearabletraders.com. We can fit you in there. So that would be amazing. That all trade together and explore Thailand together is amazing. Last year we did it in Colombia. It was amazing. It was really, really good. We make a lot of really good friendship there. Hmm. Hmm. Brian looks younger. Brian, somebody says that you look younger. What did you do? It's a filter. All right, so NVDA is doing nothing. AMD is really doing nothing. Tesla is really doing nothing.
I'll try, see if you can hear me now.
Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, before you couldn't. Yeah, think I'm reverse aging.
So what was special about Tesla today? I don't think Tesla had any particular news. I think this was just maybe oversold and people took the opportunity to buy. I don't think there was any special news on Tesla.
No, I don't think so either. I think it was just everything just rallied, market rallied, and when the market rallies, we get the Tesla fan club comes in and buys, buy.
Just being Tesla. Hmm. So there's a question in the YouTube. Do you hold any crypto? I don't hold any crypto directly. I never actually opened a crypto account, crypto wallet, but I do hold obviously through my positions. This is my positions right now through S&P 500 VOO. Obviously, I do have a lot of crypto exposure. Is a micro a strategy? Is a strategist part of S&P 500 or they kicked him out? Um, I don't know. I remember that strategy has almost 480,000 Bitcoin. So if you own SPY, it means that you're owning part of strategy as well, and obviously you have exposure to that. Plus, NVDA market cap is depending on the future of crypto because obviously the chips are being used for mining. So if the crypto goes up, NVDA value goes up, my exposure to it go up. So it's all kind of correlated. So I
I
do have
think
an yeah.
Coin is part of the S&P, I believe.
Oh, there you go. So that coin is also in there. So yes, am I a believer on that? It's irrelevant. Like investment, I really don't have any opinion about these. It might work, it may not work, but I do not hold anything directly. So
Oh,
yeah,
funny,
it's
it's quite a few.
sorry, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say in the trading room, we've got somebody who might want to join us, might be able to
Yeah,
join us. So that'd be good.
that would be amazing. Yeah, that's nice if you can join us in Thailand. It's a really nice five-star resort, and it's a very great place. And we have some activity going on. We do have a meditation coach. She's from Australia. She's joining us every day. So we start our day with some really guided group meditation. That's amazing. And again, so there are other questions. Do you hold any gold or precious metal? I decided not to be an active investor. So when you're buying S&P 500, you have exposure to all of those sectors. So if you go to, for example, let's go to trading terminal, let's go to the full screen. So what you see here is that sector performance. So these 11 sectors, they have everything in there. So everything in life is in this sector performance. So you have communication services, utilities, healthcare, consumer staples, industrial, real estate, consumer discretionary, like apples and stuff. I think they're in there. Materials, which is like someone mentioned that precious metals, they're all in there. Financials, banks, small banks, big banks, energy, oil, everything is in there. So the whole universe is in there in this 11 sector. So when you're holding something like S&P 500 or VOO SPY, you have exposure to everything. And if you want to be an active investor, so you obviously you want to go, okay, so platinum is good. You want to buy platinum, then you have to allocate portion of your portfolio in there, and then you have to do the calculation, and eventually, so by the end of the day, then when you actually do the allocation, you might as well just buy S&P 500. So I like to be a passive investor, active day trader. But Warren Buffett is an active investor. Bill Ackman, they're active because they have to constantly change their portfolio. They have mandates toward their funds. They have to beat the market. So They're different. I don't need to do that. And when I was younger, like I put a lot of money in real estate in Vancouver, and that was a big mistake because, you know, I bought a house in Vancouver in 2018, 1.6 million, and I put $600,000 down payment, 1 million mortgage. A SPY in that time was 195. And now a SPY is 700 almost. Well, how much is it? 680. So a SPY is 700. So from 195, S&P 500 went to 700. So how much is like almost three times? Or two, it would be three times? Yeah, almost three times. So my $600,000 would have been $2 million by doing nothing. So $2 million. How much profit? 1.4 million. The house that I have 1.8 million, 1.86 million in Vancouver is now maybe if I'm lucky 1.8 million, maybe if I'm lucky. Then you have to pay, the property tax and then the realtor tax, realtor fees and everything in there. How much interest I paid in the last 7 years to hold that mortgage. So stupid. It was a very stupid investment. So that's why I would never do that anymore. So I've just put it in the real estate. Real estate is part of S&P 500. They're doing professionally, finding the best, commercial and residential properties and put it in there. So
Yeah, I mean, if you're into more swing trading, which I do, you can take part of your portfolio and allocate it to something that some sectors that you think are are going to do well. Like I've been, if you've been following my swing trading videos, you'll know I've been in gold and silver for quite a while now, a couple months at least, and and that's just part of my portfolio. I'm invested broadly, like Andrew said, in just the broader market. But if you think a particular sector is going to do well, which I thought gold was and silver were going to do well, I used some gold and silver ETFs to take advantage of what I thought was going to be a pretty good move, and it actually has turned out very profitable this year. So yeah, so and some of the rare earth companies that have been, that's been an interesting hot sector story as well. So again, you can hold just a broader market. The only problem with that is when you look at the weighting of the broader market, things like metals are very low weighting. So compared to some of the other sectors, like in the SPY, about 30%, 36%, I should say, of the SPY is oriented towards technology. So you're getting a very heavy influence in the technology sector with SPY. Um, right now, copper and uranium. I mean, they've had a great run. Um, I think uranium. The problem with uranium is, God, we've had some really weird moves on the SPY here the last couple minutes. I don't know. I think maybe one of the Fed heads must be talking. The problem with uranium and copper, they have had big moves already. Obviously, power demand for the data centers, that drove a lot of those, the copper and the uranium stocks up. And now we've had that big move. Now we're getting a bit of a pullback. I think, people are starting to realize uranium isn't a 2026 or 2027 story. I mean, people are saying 8 or 9 years to build a nuclear reactor. So that's quite a ways out. So things got kind of extended, and when the enthusiasm all started. So at this point, I'm less bullish on them after that big move.
Yeah.
I mean, you're certainly not going to see the move that we've had over the last year or so in stuff like uranium. look at CCJ. It's CCJ is kind of like your Cameco Corporation, big uranium producer in Canada. I mean, we had this big run up from sort of summer where it traded around 75, traded up to 110, and now we're back down. We've almost done a round trip here. We're back at 83, 84. So,
Yeah, that's lovely. So yeah, we just so we had traded 000. You came late. We did trade Tesla and Google today. It was pretty good. Uh, yeah, market is really flat. The Qs are literally flat. SPY is flat. It's not much
yeah,
going on.
we're right at PDC on the Q, and just below it on the SPY right now. But yeah, we're kind of just range bound. Same with Tesla, hasn't really moved much. Nvidia is very choppy. Nvidia, of course, reporting on Wednesday after the close. Much anticipated, probably the most anticipated earnings um, number that's going to come out this season.
One asset that I think is really good for investment is S&P 500 with 20% or 30% leverage. I think we have SPXL, which is 3 times leverage. SSO is 2 times leverage. And even two is good, but three is definitely not for long term because in the really event of volatility, they get destroyed like TQQ and SPXL or TNA. Two is good. SSO is really good. The return of SSO is really nice. It's 2 times leverage. Um, but but I think even two is a little bit tricky because they really become well. There used to be a ETF of 30% as leverage on SPY. I think they were really good, but they discontinued that one. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't get enough volume in there. But I think SSO is also nice. Like SSO is 2 times leverage of S&P 500. So the the move has been pretty interesting. Um, yeah, Danny, definitely the three is definitely not. The two is not that bad. 1.5 would be amazing. Like if there was a SPY 1.5 leverage, I would have put everything in there. Um, um,
Yeah, predicting Nvidia is really difficult. I mean, this earnings season has been a little bit different. I mean, you have companies that beat top and bottom line, and they still sell off. So the only thing you can say about Nvidia is that it's well off its high. So we're not going into earnings season with with at record highs. So the expectation or the to is it going to be even higher to meet the bar is going to be even higher. So we pulled back quite a bit from that 210 area. So um, pretty much you pretty much could bet on Nvidia saying some positive things. Maybe they're going to beat top and bottom line again. They might have some pretty good guidance, but again, it's the market has been a little bit strange this season in terms of how they react. Unless Nvidia really knocks the cover off the ball, it's not. I don't see it. I don't see it really popping up, but I just don't like taking bets on earnings. If you read my swing trade books, I typically don't take swing trades through earnings. And I just feel like it's sort of gambling. And if you are going to
um,
trade earnings, the best way to do it is with options, because at the very least you can either define your risk. So we're slowly sort of leaking away here again on the indexes.
All right, so Thor here. Are you in the airport again?
Maybe.
This Thor is constantly traveling, man. Look at you on
It's
LinkedIn.
fun.
You need
Gotta have fun doing that. Had some stuff, a little fun, but mostly business on this one. So got to have some fun
Nice.
and did some stuff. But yeah, it's always a good time. Definitely a fun age being a trader, and you learn to trade at Bearable Traders. One of the freedoms that you get with that, and you've seen Andrew trading in his trade station from like the highest peaks in the world off of a satellite internet with a full setup. I mean, it's amazing what this career can do, you know?
Nice. Well, awesome. So
Sorry.
where are you going?
Or
May
are
I
you
ask? I
at
mean, if I may ask.
Heading home now.
Oh,
So just
oh,
on my way
are
back.
you
So
in
perfect. Yeah, good.
are you in one of those private terminals waiting to get on your G20?
yeah, actually, yeah. It's more like a Cessna, I think, actually. And it only has one engine, and I'm terrified.
All right, so I'm gonna hand it over to Thor and Nathan. Great trading day, guys. All the best, and see you later in the chat.
See you later, boss.
Oh, Adam, yeah. Adam, if you've been profitable for the last 3 months after 3 years of struggling, I would say you could probably start thinking about going to a real account. But if you're going to do that, scale your size down. Don't start trading maybe big size. Just take small size and go from there. But 3 months is pretty decent performance. So yeah, start out,
Yeah,
go
great
small.
job.
That's the Yeah. Hey guys, good to see you. Nathan, Thor, take it away.
Right, good to see you, man. There's always some
All
amazing
right,
insight from the prophet of profit, man. He's
there you go.
he's the man. What are you gonna do? So,
Yeah, I mean,
um,
he was trading the
Keep up.
markets back when he had to take your cattle like into the floor there.
yeah.
So
No,
he
I
No,
was
was
he was
taking his cattle
actually
from Vancouver to,
he was trading the markets back when orders were taken on papyrus.
oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
rock. What's it, rock, you
yeah.
said?
Well, you actually used to have to
no, I
chisel
was
your orders, so it took a lot longer to get filled because
Oh,
Oh, I gotta show you something. Just wait a sec here.
uh-oh. He's gonna show us
Here we
his
go.
tablets.
Here we
He's gonna be
go.
like Moses.
I know.
Okay. I gotta
He's like,
I gotta
there
show you
are
this.
15.
I gotta show you this. So this is, I know you probably can't see it very well, but this was my very first stock trade. And I
What?
won't say the year. I won't say the year, but this is I was 12 years
Screenshot.
old. This is like one share of Bell Canada, or I don't know, Bell Telephone Company of Canada. One share.
Jeez,
And
and
you know
look
what?
at
It's
that.
been my longest
What
hold.
is that? Is that a BC on there? I didn't even know they had shares BC. That's wild. I mean, it was like one share of Bell Canada BC. I don't
Isn't
even
that
understand.
hilarious? And the funny thing is,
That
this
is
has been my
so
longest
cool.
hold. This has been my longest hold.
Oh,
I essentially still own this share. I
yeah.
used to get
Started off
I
with a
used to
bag
get
hold. That's the spirit.
yeah, I used to get checks in the mail, and they would be for like 2 cents, and because I'd get the dividend on one share. But then they got smart and they said, you can reinvest that money into our dividend reinvestment program. So now, today I have 75 shares of this company. So there you go.
nice.
That
And
is my longest held
that
stock
is,
ever.
That's
Isn't
awesome.
did we just
that
on
crazy?
live on YouTube? Did we just have Brian's Genesis? Like,
Yes.
story live on YouTube just now, I think that was pretty
That
much
was,
it. Like this guy was destined for
yeah,
this, wasn't he? I mean, my goodness, like from an early age, and he's a baller, longest bag hold in history, by the way.
hilarious.
Um,
Longest hold ever. I'm not a big buy and hold fan, but that's been my it's been my longest hold. So there you go.
So
All right, guys.
tomorrow or this afternoon in a few bit when the volume really spikes on that ticker, we're gonna know what happened. It's just everyone wanted to be a part of Brian's history.
Yeah, yeah. It's I think I figured it out once. I think I figured out I've it's like I've made about sort of 6.5% on this a long-term hold, maybe 7%, which is about what you expect to get in a stable company. So there you go.
Are you able to pass stocks? You can pass stocks on through like a trust. Like so you could just like pass that down and then it could continue to be the longest. I wonder what the longest continuous bag hold actually would be. I think we could just go for this. So stay tuned, people. 80 or 90 years from now, we'll be right back and we'll let you know how it goes. Brian will still be alive. I mean, he's immortal. So
Hopefully, hopefully. All right, guys, we'll let you get to it.
Thanks,
Cheers,
Brian.
everybody.
thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man. Oh man.
That was awesome.
I'm pretty stoked right now, Nathan. I think we just got for everyone on YouTube the real like genesis story of Brian. Like, and I agree.
Oh,
Like, watch out
absolutely.
for an apple tree. I mean, this is like something. I mean, we just literally learned like first off. Am I disappointed in my parents right now? Like, nobody got me like bought me my first or encouraged me to buy my first stock when I was 9 years old.
Yeah, no
My dad
shit.
was like, "Hey, go slam into people playing football." You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
can I
but
get like some
they did
stock
take you to
advice?
the cattle auction, so that's kind of similar.
That's
They
true.
just
They
didn't
tried to
have
sell me too.
this
It was very awkward.
at the
I was
auction,
just like,
and nobody, the auctioneer was like, "You
and
have
then
$1."
no one
No
took
one
it.
raised
He's just like, five, five, no, four, no, what the negative? We'll pay you. No,
it.
oh,
They'll pay you $10.
pay you
Yeah.
$10 to take him away. Oh, so that's so funny. So the market right now, everybody. So we were talking about kind of kicking into the whole market side of things here. We're gonna we're gonna talk a few things on it. And then I actually have to get out. I think I start boarding in like 15 minutes or so. So I'll have to dip in like 15 minutes, but Nathan's going to hang out with you for the rest of the session. I'm just here to bring in the intro, coming in hot, with some
Energy.
entertainment, and then we'll let Nathan actually like teach you something apparently today. But as you can, so one thing we were looking at this morning, a lot of us were kind of thinking we were going to get a squeeze and a sell. And the main reason is I'd like to take everybody out here that's in the YouTube, and I'd like you to really look at overall. Oh, well, actually, it was NQ that I liked. If you're looking at NQ right now, and for those of you who haven't seen my buying and selling detector here, it's basically a VPA tool. Oh, maybe we can, let me see if we can switch to my screen up to the YouTube, because I think we're on Nathan's screen right now.
I mean, I brought up PPQ if you want to talk into it, switch over.
Let me see. You're the man. Because he's the man. He's the best. Pretties. All right, so you can kind of see here on this buying and selling detector is basically a VPA tool. And it's really, I actually, depending on, and I know this is going to be kind of maybe a little controversial right now, depending on how FOMC goes and like some of the like payroll stuff, I think we might be nudging in this correction concept here. And I haven't said that yet. So today is the first day I'm actually saying I think our bears are showing up and I think our bulls are starting to get out. And I've seen order structure on many tickers. I think NVIDIA's news and a few other news is going to be a big thing. But what I'm seeing as I look across, especially the 4 hour here, and I'm looking back in time, for everyone out in YouTube, while you're taking a time to go ahead and give us a like, right? So while you're doing that, go ahead and take a look at it. Oh, Batu Sai. So once again, love you, buddy. My segment's 11 to 12 every single day. So if you're not into the humor, you know where to go. All right. Love you. But why the comment? Necessary? No, just silly. So you stop doing that. Maybe I'll do less humor. No, I'm not doing less humor in my channel. All right, bye. So if you're looking at this here, you notice every time you're looking at it, and everybody in the chat here, while you're doing those likes, look what happens when you get up here. What color are our big candles that move the price very quickly? Oh, sorry, it's my segment, is what I meant. Thank you, Top Tick, for the correction there. Thank you.
Yeah, those buy candles are getting smaller and smaller, aren't they? And the sell candles are getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, they're all red. You know what I mean?
About to
They're
make a
all
new
big.
low
They're all red to the
here.
downside. Anytime we're pulling against the price, our candles are light, they're small, and they're not going anywhere. Right? So for me, and if you're looking at the buying and selling detector here to the downside, notice that all of our activity is always on the sell side. When we buy, it's only for very brief periods of time when we squeeze above the price, right? So for me right now, this market looks very distributionary, right? I do believe when we're going up, we're offering premium and we're distributing into the premium. You know what I mean? And that's a very big deal. You know what I mean? Like anytime we're going to buy now, anytime we're getting stuffed, we're getting tighter movement, we're not going anywhere. And this to me feels like institutionally, as well as with our specialists, we're offloading, most likely into retail, which means as we sell, and some of the accounts out there, like Unusual Whales, have already identified that a vast majority of our buying, right, that's been happening on the shorter term lately has actually been absorbed into the by retail traffic, right? So you have to be really concerned with that, right? Because if we start to sell and most of our positions held long are weak-handed, this can cause a very large sell, right? So this is kind of what we're looking at now to see if we can do. We're actually offered, and I went ahead and marked a short-term trend from pre-market that high when we made a new low, and we offered up, and right now we're moving towards the lows on this thing, and we do not have a ton of support below us here, right? I mean, if you zoom out a little bit, you know, you're getting under about every major trend you can think about. So we're looking pretty sketchy right now in the market, as far as I'm concerned, at least the way the volume's reading right now. So
Yeah,
we've got a
we lose
couple of
that
days to really pay attention to the news, but yeah. So,
yeah,
buddy,
we lose that 24,600 area, and it's it. We're getting into some free fall type of stuff. Since we've had so many days of selling, but yeah, when we buy up into those areas, man, we're just compressing on the buy side and then dropping down quickly.
Tesla, let's look at that. Nope. No, so I mean, in I won't favor any specific strategies, I mean, but certain ones will certainly appear more often. In a bearish market, we're going to see a lot more R3 shorts. We're going to see a lot more S4 trending breakdowns. Where in the prior market, we were seeing lots of R4 trending breakups instead of the S4 trending breakdowns. We're going to likely see now, and we were buying S3 a lot. But in this market, you're not going to be buying S3 a lot. You're going to actually probably wait for weaker volume squeezes to the top side and then sell for the better move to the downside. And that's just on market related segments, right? Like, so Tesla, for instance, is in a higher narrow range, but with ATR, it's very unlikely we break out and go above this trend. So Tesla's going to probably sell from here. Also, for the first time today, Tesla lost the zero line. So I would be looking at Tesla as a sell moving forward, at least in the meantime. I'd be looking at Tesla probably back towards the open price to reoffer the open. The only thing I'd like to, this sell was a little stuffed. So we may see a bit of a squeeze here, but we had good selling as we came down. So I'm thinking we're about choice here. Let's pull up Market Atlas. I've been loving me some Market Atlas. Like I did a presentation in BBT just recently. It was a Camaria pivots and Atlas combo. So for those BBT members who haven't seen it, I would highly recommend taking a look at that. It was pretty fun, and it was a really engaging segment. I really liked it. So Tesla looks a little bit bullish still, but we do have some orders coming to the downside. Which one do you want? MU? Let's look at MU for you. I don't have MU on my chart. Oh, really? MU had an absolutely gorgeous R4 call. Dang it. All right. See, all right. I'm going to be serious about this right now. I'm mad. MU is like the stinking ghost from Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, any of you guys play Super Mario Brothers? Give me a number one if you know what I'm talking about right now. Right? You know Super Mario Brothers, the ghost. It's like anytime you look, he moves and he stops, and then you move the other, he moves and he moves like, and you're like, and then you're like, right? MU for me. I had this thing on a watch list for like 2 weeks on there, getting calls, no calls on it. I take it off the watch list like 2 days later. The dang thing does an absolutely perfect R4 reversal. Okay, I'm over it. I was really mad for a second. Higher versus narrow. Narrow outside, high, wider inside. If it's higher narrow, you're going to be looking for plays that go up and out. So R4 breakouts, S3 long, right? But wider ranges, you prefer the S3 because you can play it to CP. Oh man, you're right. Oh, look at that. MU also had its all-time high right there. You're totally right. EK. So many things in the right place. MU's been selling ever since it lost. So it's a sell right now. So if you're short in this thing, let's go. I mean, I'd go full target CP on this thing and then maybe go for S3. I think it's reasonable to go all the way back to S3 easily today. Yeah, absolutely. If you're short on this thing, I would be willing to let it roll. Because this looks really good. Let's pull up its order book and then we'll answer that Atlas question while we're there. So Nathan, while I'm pulling this up, do you have any recommendations on how you would? We have members talking about going from Bookmap to Atlas. Do you have any recommendations on how to handle the learning curve? You know what I mean on that?
Yeah, I was just getting ready to reply back to him. So I have a series coming out, excuse me, that it's starting this week, and it's going to be on basically where to start with Atlas. And the first place you're going to start, and what we're going to read, is going to be the order book. We're going to read the order flow, basically everything on the right side. So you got your DOM, your level 2 there, and then just to the left of that, you have the color scale for the current order book. We're going to focus on that first. Yeah.
While I interrupt, because I'm sorry, did you know that there's a sensitivity setting now?
Yeah, no, it's been up there for a while.
The one where you can actually change the colors?
Yeah.
Like if you slide it back and forth. I didn't know that. So
that's been up there.
I guess I got this. I didn't know where you can slide the sensitivity bar.
It's going to kick
in.
in.
It hit. But look how bearish MU looks now that I adjusted the sensitivity.
Yeah, and I also do have a way that I'm gonna do a video on how to kind of read when some of these larger orders come on the book, and those other larger orders on the book get camouflage in the background. So I've got a video on that to help you guys with it. But we're going to start. The best place to start is just where everything starts, which is the passive limit orders in the order book and the order flow. So we're going to start there, and that's really going to cut down the learning curve for you instead of being too overwhelmed with, oh my gosh, there's so much on this chart and so much going on. Like, where do I pay attention to? And the first place we're going to start is going to be that order book and order flow. And that's going to give you a nice foundation to then, start maximizing this thing.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
And also,
Where
I will be
are you
doing a
putting that up at?
live
Is that going to go in the BBT
trading terminal.
stuff? It's going to go in the trading terminal.
I think it'll go in both, but at least
Okay.
everybody will have access to it, at least on trading terminal.
So everyone should be able to get to it. If you're a BBT member, just strictly using trading terminal, everyone should be able to get to that. It's going to be good stuff. I mean, not to brag, but I'm gonna, Nathan's. When it comes to order book stuff, the dude's the dude. So I think it's very beneficial. To go by and check that information. It's actually getting to the point now to where I've learned so much about the order book that now when we're trading, it's like I can almost see it in my head ahead of time. And I kind of know what I'm looking for. So then Atlas gives you that confirmation. You're like, all right, we're selling. I'd really like to see, I should be seeing bearish orders to the downside. And then you pull up Atlas and you see bearish orders to the downside. And you're like, aha. You know what I mean? It's just such good confirmation when you see that. I'm totally new to this on the stock market and trading. This data sounds helpful, but I don't understand much. If you were starting, what would be the first things you would learn first? Thank you. So, Margarita, have you purchased Andrew's book, How to Day Trade for a Living? Because that's pretty good, just like intro level. Like, because he covers like what stocks are. He covers some basic risk management. He covers brokerages and quite a few things. In his book that I highly recommend Andrew's book, How to Day Trade for a Living. It's the book that got me started on trading. So I highly recommend that one if you're looking for an intro guide to kind of just give you I felt like for me, by the time I was done reading that book, I had a good sense of if I wanted to give this a shot or not. You know what I mean? You may read the book and find it all too overwhelming and just go, yeah, pass, I'm going to do something else. But, if you read that book and you go through it, and you go through there and do that, right, then I think it'll be a lot of fun. You know what I mean? So it's, and go through there and read through that. And then, I think it'd be really good.
Yeah, and just start picking up pieces. Don't worry about absorbing everything and getting everything at one time. Just start picking up pieces of things. Yeah, still just struggling to find any buyers, man. Right here, you can see anytime we try to lift, we just can't find any participation. Look like the only buying we're getting is shorts taking profits and covering.
So I like this question a lot. How do you guys think the increasing implementation of AI will impact the markets? So personally, I don't think it will have quite the dramatic impact that people believe it will have. I do think that the AI will model off of the market as it already is. I don't think it's necessarily going to invent anything new. I think it will just enhance what's already there, and I'm sure learn ways to take advantage of that. But in the reality, in the long run, the game is always going to be the game, which is the specialists are maneuvering large share volume from big buyers to big sellers to big buyers to big sellers. I don't think there's really going to be any like modification to the methodology behind that. I just think it's going to get better and maybe even more clean. You know what I mean? If anything else, one of the things like we found a lot of us are futures traders. I know Nathan and I both trade a lot of futures. One of the things we really love about futures is how pure the market is because there are no human specialists in the futures market. Every order that's being handled, the float and all of those other things are all being handled by CME's algo, right? When you're trading ES or NQ contracts. Right. So that actually provides a more readable and a much more predictable price action because it's being controlled without a lot of human intervention. It's much more difficult to manipulate. Right. And the algo doesn't have a goal to manipulate. Right. It's not incentivized that way. It's just an ATM machine. So it's just its job is to do that. So I think in the long run, AI probably just improves things more so than hurts them. And I'm going to go ahead and start boarding for my flight. and then I'll let maybe Nathan take over, and he can kind of take that the way. So I hope everybody had some fun this segment. I hope you learned a little bit in the morning with me here, and then Nathan's going to take you through, and I'll see everybody else tomorrow at 11. I hope you all have a great rest of your trading day. Much love, and I'll talk to you soon. Keep it green, people.
See you, Thor.
See you, brother.
Right. What are you guys looking at? What's everybody interested in right now? Let's do some live order flow reading. How about that? I mean, it's
Hey, Nate, give me a second. Let me get your screen up. I'll switch it over
yeah,
now for you.
okay. PLTR, okay. Get my screen up and we will go over some order flow. And what you guys are going to want to pay attention to. Okay. So we went over this a little bit, I think, last week. And for anybody new, we'll just start again. There's 3 parts of Atlas that make it so amazing and so great. The first part is our passive participants. Those are the people waiting patiently on the order book for their orders to be filled. This is our order book. You know, this is they build that part and that structure. That's the initial part, you know, of trading in the market. You know, we have to have the order books. We have to have the orders on the book in order to have the market. And that's really where to start first. And that's your right side here. That's your right side of this chart. Your DOM, your stack level 2, your depth of market. That's what you see on the far right. And then just to the left of that is your color scale of the order book. Your hot colors, your red, orange, yellow, those are going to be and represent the largest orders on the book. And then you're going to scale down through the colder colors from that. And so then after yellow would be white, then light blue, then dark blue. That's how the color scale is going to section out the orders that are within the view on the screen. And this is what you're going to watch. And this is what you're really going to pay attention to. And to start looking at that and really paying attention to it is looking at where are all the hot colors. Let me scroll a little bit more. One more. Most of our warm colors, or at least warmer on the scale than most, is down here to the downside, lower from where price is now, more into, what is that, like 165, more into, you know, this S4 area down here. And understand that the market makers drive a customer-based system. They want to go where the customers are, just like anybody else that has a business. They want to fill as many orders and as much volume as they can every day. They do that by pushing to the large orders on the book. These are the areas where all the action is waiting to happen. Coming up here into the smaller area of the book with these smaller orders, they're not going to make anywhere near as much money on transactions and fees as they will down here in this area. So this is really where they want to get to. But on that side, they also need volume. So price will move to size with just watching the market pop up and seeing what's going on. Price will move to size with volume. So we need that volume to come in on the sell side as we start to drop to get into these orders. You know, so that will be the second part of learning about Atlas, and that is these volume dots. These volume dots are the trades that you see going through in your time and sales, the red and green prints. And without these orders, without these market orders, that's what these dots are. These are the market orders on the limit orders on the book. Without these, we can't move to one side or the other. These aggressive participants in the market, these are what moved the market. These are who moved price through levels and into and through liquidity. They're just as important as the order book and as the order flow. The third most important part, and this is the one that people overlook the most, is this spread. Your bid here in the green and your ask there in the red. This is where the two of these participants interact, right there within that spread, right there within the auction. And what this is showing you is how we're offering currently. We're trying to offer higher. The ask is trying to lift to offer to buyers, for buyers to buy higher. And it looks, they're taking it right now. That volume's coming in. We're still lifting. Still stepping up a little bit right now. But when that ask starts to lift, we're seeing those green dots come in. So that green on the time and sales, I would imagine if you're watching the time and sales here on PLTR, those green trades, your buy trades, are coming through probably pretty quickly and probably with some large orders just coming through quickly. And then anytime any selling hits, I would imagine it's just kind of slowly rolling through that time in sales, because we're really pushing high because the market's making a pop. Is something, oh, Tesla's coming up and popping up. So those, those are what we're going to look at. But right now, we're just going to focus on the order flow. And if you're wanting to look at Atlas and really see the order flow and really get detailed into it, a level of 1 is probably the best. 2 or 5 will work, especially on some higher price stocks. But 1 works, usually the best, just to get an idea of order flow. And you can see, I was talking earlier about how a large order comes on the book and it kind of camouflages the rest of the orders into the background. That's what this sensitivity scale will do up here for you. So you can start pulling this over. And what I like to do is I like to get this largest order to show red. And then I like to see if I can slide it over enough to get that next largest order orange. And that's usually where I'll slide it to get some of these larger orders to pop out. So any questions? You guys got any questions? We'll look at some order flow. Let's see. Look at Tesla. Okay. Yeah, I'll bring up Tesla. So, May, is it possible to change the settings of the volume spheres? Not yet, Gear. It's coming. That setting is coming to kind of aggregate those dots, but we just don't have it quite yet out. But I do know it's coming. The developers are working on it. I think they just have some other things they're trying to come out first, but that aggregation into those dots is coming soon. I'm not quite sure just when. Let's see. It's a theory behind the calls. How it works, the spread. And about the spread shows you the auction. So when you're thinking about the market, you're thinking about how the market is auctioning. That's what the spread tells you. The spread tells you where the offer's happening. So right now, if you're wanting to look at micro price action, you're wanting to think and look at value. Value's right here. That's where our spread is. That's where the current value is. And on 1 minute highs right now, with this kind of momentum, 1 minute highs, 1 minute lows, who takes control? Right now, every time we make a new 1 minute high, buyers take control. And we have a nice trending line right up here. When the ask lifts up, buyers take in, these candles start expanding to the top side. So we can tell that as the auctioneer, the market maker, is auctioning higher into premium, buyers are raising their hands, they're raising their paddle, putting out their tickets and saying, I will buy higher. So they want to keep raising the price higher to see if more buyers want to come in higher. That's what that's going to tell you. When you start lifting, kind of like we did here, and you stall a little bit, you can't quite get those buyers stop interacting with price, they stop coming in. Now we'll start to drop the bid and looking for sellers. And what you're looking for here is as we offer down and this bid drops in to offer to sellers or to offer lower for buyers, if you want to think of it that way too, what happens? Does this bid start to pop and lift back up? So does it drop back down here, pops down, lifts back up? That's kind of what you would want to see if you're looking at bullish price action. Or does it continue to drop lower? So there, we dropped down, got a little bit of absorption and popped back up, closed, immediately offered higher. So that's a good sign. Now we're stalling a little bit. So we're going to watch. We're going to watch the spread and the bid as we start to offer lower. And on the order flow, what I'd like to see here, if we're looking at the order flow, okay, somebody pulled an order, brought it down lower. I'd like to see some stacking. So large orders being stacked really close and underneath price. I would like to see those stacking underneath it, right into this area, and for this order to hold. But I want to see those orders hold as we start to drop back down. Because we may have some resistance up here, but this also may be some manipulation. We need to see what happens. Okay, we have some resistance here. Okay, it did get filled. But it looked like we had somebody coming down, either getting impatient and wanting their target order filled, or we had a seller coming down there trying to absorb some of that buying that's coming in. But this is your auction. This spread tells you who is being offered to. And then what the direction of whether that's dropping or rising is going to tell you who's taking it, like who's taking the offer from the market maker, the buyers or the sellers. Right here, the buyers were, now they're struggling a little bit. So as we start to drop into here and offer lower, what happens? Does it still just sink and drop down further? Or do we get that nice little pop back up? Oh, Peter, welcome to Garbage and Lando's Trucks. Good to have you there. Let's see, what else? Coming from Bookmap, how could we adjust to Atlas quickly? That's just reading the order book. So if you were in Bookmap, I'm sure you were used to kind of the orders going around and around the book and kind of just being thrown around everywhere. It's very similar. You're just going to need to use a sensitivity slider to bring some of those larger orders back in. They get camouflaged into the book. But it's just the same, you know, it's just the same as everything going on there. But the first place just to focus on is the order book, and just how are those orders flowing? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? I wonder if we flipped over now from here. Let me pull some of these out. Let's see if we did a book flip. Now, still pretty bearish. So also, you know, if some of these larger orders are getting camouflaged in the back, it's always good to use the DOM just to kind of get a second view of where the orders are. You can see the nodes that stick out here for the larger orders. So, you know, looking at the nodes here and some of the orders filled in here, it does look like we're still pretty bearish, but we're still wanting to lift. Let's see. Yeah, still pretty bearish, even down to here. You know, and this is what you're looking for. You're getting this nice bullish price action. But in through this area, some of these orders should have came off the book. We should have started to build a better book to the top side. We still don't quite have it. So it looks like we're just lifting with the market currently. Yeah, you're gonna want to see some of these orders come off and we start to stack higher. A little bit of a book flip, which is something we saw last Friday that was pretty awesome live, and we're not getting that here. We're really just not getting it. But getting some nice bullish price action. We just need this to fill in a lot better. It's kind of hard to believe this is going to be that strong and continue with that kind of book. Can I check out NQ? Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, it's a nice bounce. right above S3. Would have liked to have seen it come down and touch, but ES touched really well. Now it's getting into VWAP. That was a nice pop up and move. Let's see if QQQs will show us. You take off AMD. And this ETFs, so QQQ, SPY, IWM, are going to be a little bit more difficult to read than equities, you know, stocks. The biggest reason is these bracketing algorithms mask a lot of what is going on within price and just become kind of a pain. So you can see them here. They're bracketing. These will constantly move up and down the same, about the same price level away from current price. And they're really there just to mask some of the larger orders on the book, just make it a little bit more difficult to read. So you have to go back and read some of the larger orders on the book and where they had been. And so this is why I can't wait till we do get futures data. So it starts to bring these orders back on the book. It's a little cleaner. It's really hard just to read with these bracketing algorithms on what's going on with price and where we're going. But it looks like we're getting a test here in the VWAP. That was a pretty strong move. Yeah, Tesla really brought the market up. Let's see. How is it useful versus just looking at price action? Are you talking, Top Kid, are you talking about overall with Atlas or the spread? You talking about just looking at the spread for price action or just overall looking at Atlas just versus looking at price action? Because if you're wanting to know how can just watching the spread be beneficial to price action, the tool, yes. Well, adding it to price action just kind of gives you an extra edge in reading that. If you're really good at reading price action, reading candle formations, and reading VPA, you can actually see how that works right here as it's happening in real time. You can do that with a level 2 and a time in sales and just with a chart, but it's so much easier just having it all right here and also having that historical data to go back and look at is just, I mean, it gives you a huge edge. Do you need it? No, you don't need it. There's a lot of traders that don't use it and don't need it and haven't used it and probably wouldn't find it helpful. But for me, this changed my trading. Like reading visualized price action and order flow changed my trading. And it just, I started developing and adding everybody else's trading styles that I kind of gravitated towards into reading Atlas. And what I found was being able to read the time and sales and being able to read what's going on in the spread and the level 2 was so much easier because it's just steadier. It's just steadier going on through here. And it's just so much easier to read, at least for me, in what's going on, rather than tracking the movement of the time and sale or the level 2. This is just so much steadier and easier. And it gives just a better representation of the auction. I mean, clearly seeing, oops. Okay. Just clearly seeing and using the spread just to watch price action and seeing where that offer is. Like when we make new highs, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute highs, like what's happening? Here, buyers are buying premium. They're being very aggressive, extending price through here. We can see that as we start to get offer higher, buyers start to come in, get a little bit of absorption here. Let's see, do we have a level? Yeah, we're getting into these swing highs. So this would be an area we would expect to find a seller. We've got aggressive buying. We've got the momentum to push off of here. And now we're going to watch price action. This low, what happens as the bid drops? Right now it's popping back up. A nice little pop there off VWAP. So we're still back into that bullish price action. We want to see what happens on the break of this high. Do we get that extension and that push? That's what we're looking for. Now we're stalling a little bit. And we could see that stalling coming in here. Stair stepping up, but we want to see what happens on that high. We want to see that extension and that push. And these green dots are really starting to come in. So let's take this off. And also adding this with our VPA. Okay, nothing really there. Just forming a little bit of a bull flag. So on this high and on this high, that volume really needs to come in because we should be stopping out sellers. There should be stops here. That's why that extension and that volume is going to be so important because you're reading price action and you're adding VPA into it. That's going to tell you that these sellers are stopping out. That volume rising, those candles extending are going to tell you these sellers are out. You want these sellers out of the trade. You don't want another big seller coming in and selling from this area. You need to stop them out. You're going to need volume and momentum to do that. This needs to lift through here. It needs to lift. It needs to lift quickly, and that volume needs to come with it. There we're stalling. We're still ticking into there, and buyers just are not willing to become aggressive right now into this area. So now we're going to watch. We open there. Here's a 1 minute low. What's going on with the bid? And if we're still bullish on here, we don't want to see this volume start to pick up as we drop lower. But really, it's just getting stuck. Okay, here's another offer lower. We're still trying to pop back up. So we still do have buyers coming in here, hitting right on the ask and lifting. Just not as aggressively as they were before. But you can't, this is the kind of information, though, that you can't get in this aggregated data on the candles. You can't see how these candles were formed. You can't see that we're trying to lift, and pushing up. It just doesn't really give you that kind of information. All you really get is that we're getting into a little bit of a bull flag, volume's dying off, but where's that volume coming in and what's actually happening within this candle? And we get all of that information right through here. Here's that candle so far. We drop down, we're lifting back up, we're trying to hold, getting some absorption on the top, but every time we're dropping back down, we are lifting back up. And you're not really getting that much information just by looking at the candle and just the volume. Let's see. So what questions? Give me some questions that you guys have. Here we got some stacking coming in on the bid. A little bit of stacking there. So that's a nice bullish sign. I know it's hard to see a little bit in there, but these bracketing algos, man, they drive me crazy. So what happens? We'll watch it again. We're ticking in, dropping. Volume needs to come. Extension. Getting into this area again, where we've been struggling. Little micro highs right here. Because we can't, I mean, we're lifting into that area and we're really struggling to get to volume except for right here. So it needs to come in. There's some good absorption. Now the extension and the volume. It's really stalling right there. There's not really any selling coming in because as soon as we tick into there, I don't see any selling just slamming the bid and dropping it lower. We're just losing that participation. It's almost like a little bit of buying exhaustion coming up into this area, which we need aggressive buying to trigger these stops. Because we have a seller over here that could easily absorb kind of this weak buying that's coming in. You know, but this is how you use the tool. This is what you look at. If you want, I mean, this is really crappy price action. It's really choppy. It's not anything to look at, but at least it's moving slow enough you can kind of get an idea of what I'm seeing and what I'm talking about. It's still getting some exhaustion there. But it is trying to lift. I can tell it's trying to lift. Here's where the volume needs to come in and then extension here. Okay. You know, this is, say this was an opening range breakout or high of day break. You know, this kind of volume and what we're seeing here, this is kind of looking like it would be a fake break. If this was like the high of day, we were trying to get over that. Because we're getting that exhaustion into there. And we can see with the volume and we're trying to lift into that. What is my configuration for the sensitivity? It depends. So like we'll go back to PLTR, it's just cleaner. So what I like to do is if you have it, you know, the default's 1. Man, way too many numbers. Get back over there. So default is 1. You can go over one more. How I like to set it up, because when these large orders do come on the book, they do camouflage some of the larger orders into those cooler colors. So I like to use the sensitivity slider, and I have my large red order right here, and this one should be orange. So I'll slide it over until that starts to become an orange color, you know, either a lighter red or an orange color. And that'll bring and highlight some of those larger orders back on the book, so you can read them a lot easier. You know, that's doing pretty good. But if you need to slide it over to bring some of those in more, because sometimes these large red orders on here will put everything into the background, and just sliding that over till you get those large orders. And then when you start to zoom in, man, computer's running slow right now. What's going on? And then when you start to slide in, if there's just too many large red orders on the book, I'll just slide that back over until some of those start to come off, and the one large red orders and then orange, and then everything kind of ticks down. Still getting that exhaustion there. And so here's our stair step up, but just really struggling to offer and get participation from the buyers. And we can see that as our ask is lifting up into here. There should be nice big green dots like this right through here, and it's just not happening currently. Buyers are not taking the offer. The auctioneer is offering higher to buyers, and they're not taking this. This would start the jig down. So jigging down to try to find those buyers is generally what we could start to see here. MU, yeah. Bearish price action under R3, higher range wide. Well, that was a nice entry right there off of R3. And let me slide this back over. Let's see where we are on the book. How do we look? Let's see, fairly, is that 56? So 56, we'll go a little bit more. It's looking pretty bullish. All the way up into that 56, 57 area. This is nice. This needs to fill in a little bit better, though, if we're going to start to move. I'd like to see these areas, I would say this is a void. This is a little bit of a void, but a little bit of a void here. But this needs to fill in. There is the ladder there to run, but these orders do need to come in a little bit more if it's going to run higher. But for it to sell off more, I think this book needs to come in more too down here. I'm surprised with this kind of selling and this push down that this is still looking like a fairly bullish book. These orders need to start coming on more down here. Just too much to the top side. I could see it still just ticking and lifting up, especially with the market lifting up, that this would just kind of stair step up with it just to get up to here, because there isn't anything down here. Let's see. But let's look at the order flow on here. So VPA volume, and let's read some of the price action. Get down to one level, or is that going to be too much? Yeah, that's too much. Let's go to 5. So something like this, if you're wanting to read price action and get into reading, very, very close into it, 1 cent levels, this spread is just a little bit too, there's the bid drop volume. This spread's just a little bit too much. I'd probably move to a 5 for this one, just to bring that spread in a little bit closer to watch price action. We're building a little bit down here now. We start to zoom in a little bit closer. So what happens on this offer? Again, kind of struggling in through here. So we offer lower. We're trying to see if those buyers will come back in, but I would expect the sellers to kind of come in and drive price down too. Look at AMD. Looks like it's not looking to lose. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's getting stuck to VWAP, isn't it? How's the R-vol right now? I would imagine the R-vol right now sucks on AMD. But let's look at the book. Book looks pretty bullish, at least on that view. One large order here, but you can tell we're pretty bullish there. Let's go a little bit closer. Still pretty bullish. Let's watch. Yeah. It's kind of the same as the market kind of doing that too, with the exhaustion still. Oh, this looks like we're getting into some exhaustion up here in this area, like we were seeing on NQ. Still a nice trend, but now it just looks like we're jigging for a buyer. It's just stuck right there to VWAP. This low volume, and going into lunch, it could be likely that we just do get stuck just pushing in and over VWAP and really just get stuck right on that area. Let's see. Not a lot of trades coming through. It really just looks like the inside the spread, just some institutional trades coming in right there. I want to see what happens when it offers one more time in the low. And then I want to see when that candle closes where the immediate offer is. But can you see how it's trying to tick up, but it's not getting any volume or any participation, especially right here into the ask. Here's where we would want to see it. And so it's going to drop lower, tick there. We tick to the bottom. What happens to the bid? Bid's holding. Yeah, the 243, it did dip down below there and it's trying to hold that up, but now it looks like it's getting pulled back down to it. Does this continue to extend? It's trying to hold up. But if it can't get any buying starting to hit right there into the ask to lift it up, it's just going to keep dropping and pushing lower. Let's see, Peter. So if all traders use hidden orders, Atlas will be empty. I don't think so. I remember on Bookmap even showed level 3 in the hidden orders. I'd have to ask Andrew and see what his contractor and everything does to show, but I know on Bookmap they did show the level 3 in those hidden orders and some stop orders and stuff in there. But I don't know exactly what Andrew has maybe contracted to see in there, but I could definitely ask him about that. But for large buyers and sellers to use hidden orders, if they're wanting price to move that way, I don't know why they would do that, because if they're knowing that price is going to move to large areas where there's lots of orders and be gravitated, magnetic, like a magnet getting into there, I don't know why they would hide them, knowing that the algorithm really wants to get to those large orders, and hiding them would kind of keep that from happening. So I don't know what the benefit would be from anybody doing that. Get a chance showing your BS indicator settings. My settings are just the same for, maybe I can get it this one. Settings are just the default settings. I don't have anything different on there. I haven't really messed with it too much to try to change anything. I've just kept it on what the default settings are for mine. It's just showing right now. It's a little on the buy side for here. Yeah, it is struggling at VWAP, and on a low volatility, low volume day like this is a great place for it to get stuck. I could see it coming off VWAP, hitting 243, ticking off VWAP, getting up into this area, then hitting VWAP, ticking off, and then coming back down, and just kind of just chopping in and over VWAP and making it hard to trade. And I used to get so frustrated when I was trading. I would try to just trade these areas sometimes where it's just chopping in and out, and getting a VWAP trade and taking the bounce in and off of VWAP before waiting to really see if anybody's actually taking over price, and trying to go one side and the other and just getting stopped out and having a terrible day. I just try to stay out of these really balanced priced areas right here. You want to get over or under these price areas and then get those weak retests back into those areas, and then that aggressive push out of them before you would want to trade something like this. It's just shopping around, unless you're already in, you've got a pretty good entry, and just watching price action, and who's taking the offer and who's trying to take control. Sweet, guys. I appreciate it, man. It's been fun. Tomorrow, JT from Spot Gamma will be here, so come and learn some option stuff. So I'm gonna talk to him and see if he can bring in and do some more basic things of where to start, some definitions and stuff, and try to build a little bit more of a foundation for you guys too with all that information. I find everything he talks about fascinating, but I know it could be a little too much for you guys. So we're gonna do something a little toned down and doing some definitions and understanding exactly what some of those things are, because it is important. There's a ton of volume, really most of the volume coming through from the options market and through hedging on the dealer side. So it's something you at least need to be aware of and understand and see what's going on. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one.